back. Yeah, I got the blue screen. I got the blue screen of death. It happened. It happened again. It was the memory management thing. So, give me 1 second. I'll see. Hopefully, we're gonna try it one more time. If it happens again, I'm just gonna drag Velouria into my into a call instead. Request invite. Lucky it happened way before there. Lucky it happened before we actually started. So it looks like EAC is still doing it. Yay! I gotta look at the dump file again. Yippee. Man, why I gotta be like that? I'm just gonna be half body. Screw it. Hi guys. I'm back.
For those blue screens, the next time it happens, can
Yeah.
you take a picture of your monitor so we can know what the code is?
It should be memory management OX1A.
Memory management.
I would still take a picture of it just to be absolute sure.
I can give you the dump file.
So then you just
So you can actually have the actual dump file of what it came up and everything, if that helps. I could do that too. Hi guys. Yeah, I'll hopefully we'll. Sometimes like last night when I was with when I did the testing, I went for 9 hours, and then I closed VR chat, and I guess after I closed VR chat and started up again with this, then that happened. That's possible that EAC is not closing properly.
When I logged in, when I was getting on VR chat tonight to do this, I had an update for VR chat. When did that drop?
Literally today.
Okay.
I've been.
I was just wondering if it was.
No. I've been having this since the previous month.
Have you done any stress tests on your RAM recently?
I've done the memory the diagnostics things with Windows. It said it came up with no errors. Pretty much went through the whole thing. It never does it unless it's something to do with EAC, because in the dump file it says EAC.exe. Discord's also in it. I don't know exactly what particular, but I uninstalled the AC. I reinstalled the service. But yeah, no, there's no errors on the RAM. It doesn't even come up as errors. There's no issues.
Have you moved your computer recently?
Nope. Haven't moved it at all.
You should, next time you get the chance, take out the RAM and just put it back in, just reseat it and just check.
Sure. Okay. That's another, this is literally how I've been checking and going through steps to make sure that, you know, if this doesn't happen, perfect. Then it was that. One of them was mentioning about resetting them, even though I haven't moved the thing since I got the computer. So I guess something got wiggled out or something like that.
Just move it like an inch.
Yeah, I mean, I could just swap the RAM sticks and just kind of click them back in and do that.
Specifically an inch, not your fucking metric bullshit or whatever you fuckers do. An inch.
Okay. And like I said,
move it exactly 1 meter. So you know how big a meter is? You heard me.
Shush, move it.
Move the computer close to 3 feet, and there you go.
Yeah, I mean, like
I would say reseat the RAM, do that, and then I would say also maybe check to see if your motherboard has any like chipset drivers that need to be updated.
I did update to the recent BIOS too. So that has already been updated. Yeah.
All right. Well, then, yeah, try reseating the RAM and then do another memory test.
Okay, sure. I could do that. All right.
Just cram it in there.
All right. So what we're going to do, I know I don't even have my full body on because, haha, I kind of was like rushing in to get back in here. So, I mean, I'm behind the counter. Whatever. You don't need my legs. My legs are... never mind.
You're right. You should just get it so you can just grab the leg and just shake it while you're talking to us.
Yeah. Hi, guys.
Yeah, just
I'm here.
Or what you do is you turn on your full body tracking and then just grab the trackers and just move them like above your body.
Do you know what's funny?
So people can actually see it.
Do you know
what's
like
a
V?
Do
you know what?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what? You know what I'm thinking of? If this restart helped, and it doesn't cause the error, it is possible that for some reason when I close VR chat, that EAC does not fully close properly and is causing that issue. Because
It could be
I've
because
noticed a
one of
pattern.
one of the issues with VR chat recently was that there was one point where like VR chat wouldn't like fully close and it would stay open, but it was VR chat. They didn't say anything about EAC. I don't know. Maybe look at the patch notes or whatever that
I
they
mean, I
did
checked
with their
Reddit.
update that they dropped today or yesterday or whatever. But still,
I checked Reddit, and apparently it's fixed while you restart when you restart the computer. And it's that would explain my last crash and then doing a impromptu stream to test, and it went on for past 6 to 7 hours.
who knows?
7. Sorry. So if I have to
I'm gonna
restart
kill
my
myself.
computer every time I close an EAC
Don't do that.
game, then I'll have to
I'm
do
gonna
that.
6-7
'Cause
myself.
JJ in here too, I remember too, she had to restart her entire computer for EAC to work again. Just to play
Oh.
any EAC game. Anytime you close it, or for VR specifically, she could not load VR at all without restarting her computer at one point. Because it was
See, I don't have this EAC problem because the only games that I play is VR Chat, World of Warcraft, and Girls Frontline 2.
doesn't
Oh, and Monster Hunter Wilds.
well,
So-
shoot, I wonder if that's the thing is that it's just because everything else works fine. I never get that
Call
management
myself a
error.
gamer, but I only rotate between
Hi,
four different
son.
things.
Sorry, guys, for the delay and the cause of the B-sod. Again, apparently it's an EAC thing. Restarting the computer fixes that issue for one time. So literally, once you close VR chat and you're going to come back in here again, I have a feeling I have to restart my computer so that error does not come up. Yeah, EAC wouldn't let me open it after opening games like WUWA, because WUWA uses EAC. So when she fully closes
I'm just
an EAC
surprised
game, I
that
was like,
That sounds like a
EAC would.
cat call.
Woo wah wee woo.
Woo-wee-woo.
Woo-wee-woo.
Sorry, what were you going to say, Rob?
Ambulance is coming.
I'd be surprised if
Woo-wah,
EAC
woo-wah,
was
woo-wah.
causing your blue screen.
Yeah, because in the dump file, it has the file in there mentioning that the
Wah,
problem
wah,
is
wee,
EAC.
wah, I have a chair. Look at
Maybe
me, I have a chair.
EAC is maybe it's trying to reference something that it's not able to able
Yeah,
to
so
find.
what it
and that's
does
what's causing.
is it causes that B-sod, and I don't know what it's just been happening a month ago. I haven't done anything. I haven't touched it. I haven't looked at it funny like I'm looking at you right now, and just like, and now it's just like, I'm gonna B-sod every time you play VR chat.
Computer's just sitting there and just going.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, literally. There's no errors, none. That's the crazy part.
Sorry, you want to play VR chat?
But
What
it's
if I do
more
this?
It's more of like this, but it's from like this perspective.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so what I've done, here's one more thing before we start this. One thing I did do was usually, there's a setting in Windows where you can make it so that your computer does not restart automatically after a BSOD happens, because I've realized something where randomly my computer would just restart when I was playing VR chat, and this happened for almost 2 months. So when I turned that off, now it brings the black screen with the error stop code, and I have to manually restart the computer in order to do that. So this might have been going on for almost about 2 months. Now this is, of course, now this error is happening after I've updated my BIOS, after I've you know what I need to do? I have emptied the cache. What I haven't tried yet is maybe reinstalling VR chat. So maybe that might do something.
I wouldn't fully blame it on the VR chat because you're saying you're getting EAC issues, right? Do you play WUWA?
No. I played Scum, and that also has EAC. But the thing is, I uninstalled that a while ago, so it's just VR chat. I haven't been on VR chat since yesterday or the day before.
Do you install it? Do you install that game via Steam though?
Yeah.
Did you delete the local files through Steam?
I have cleaned everything, including the EAC folders themselves, and even did a what was it? I did not process managing, but a command prompt. Went through that.
Oh.
Wishful, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. And then did what they asked. And if it came up as Surface 0, that means it's completely gone. So I saw the 0, so I knew that was it. And then I reinstalled EAC. So I've done a fresh EAC install. I've done that. It's still blue screening. So if this goes on for 6 hours and has no problem, then that means I actually have to restart the computer every time I'm done with VR chat to fix it.
Huh. Okay.
which
How long has it been since you wiped your cache?
literally the time when that blue screen was happening, and they mentioned I had to empty the cache. So literally 2 days ago.
What about the cache in VR chat?
Yep.
Okay.
That's the one.
Well, why don't we let's start with the
Yeah,
interview, and then
okay.
we'll
Yeah, we'll go from
can
there, and how
play
about
computer doctor later.
Sure, sure. We'll play. Yeah, of course. All right. Let me. And if worst case, again, guys, if for some reason this happens again, I'm just gonna take you hostage in my Rota bar, and I'll have Rob. And we'll just do the call from there, and there you go, magic.
Sure.
All right. So I will get I'll get my Spotify. I'm sorry about that, Tiff. It sucks because it's like it's a RAM related thing, and you don't want to hear that when everything in the country and everywhere else is just RAM prices up the wazoo, and you don't want to hear that.
More RAM.
More RAM, yeah, literally. Suck to actually have to run my streams off my laptop. All right.
Wait, you stream from your
No.
You stream off your laptop?
No.
Oh, yo, I was about to
Worst
say, I was
case,
like,
I have
Don't
to.
you have, well, you have two desktops, don't
I was
you?
about to
I
say,
have a-
like,
I have a-
I've heard
I
of
have
some
a-
really like.
I have a Lenovo Legion gaming laptop with a 4070 in it. It's got like 32 gigs of RAM in it.
But you have two computers they were running your Roadcaster through, weren't you?
I did, but I had to sell that one for reasons. So I only have been
Okay.
meaning run just one computer. I could
I was gonna say, don't you have two towers just duct tape?
I mean,
You had two computers duct taped to each other, so
shoot.
let's use the other one. Easy.
Alright, well,
Wait, you use a dual PC setup and
I
one of
used
them is a
to.
laptop?
Well, I was thinking
Oh,
about doing
used
the
to.
war.
Oh, okay.
No,
Yeah,
one was
used
a
to.
tower. One was a tower. I had
And then
an
the
older
war
one,
happened.
and then the war happened. Now I've got a gaming laptop, so I might even do a 2 PC setup with the laptop hooked up into the main PC for the games, because you can do that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, I know you can.
It's not much thing. So, all right, I'm gonna put the music on. All right, pray to God, guys. Hold. Hopefully everything goes okay. And again, if we have to, we'll do through Warodo. All right, I'll put the music up just a little bit. All right, one more time. Ready, Neo? Yeah. Nodding. Yeah. Nod once for yes. I think Neo's dead. Hold on. Hold. Neo. I think Neo's dead. I want to make
Yeah.
sure. I don't want to. Oh,
Here,
there,
let me make
There you
sure.
go. Hi. You're good? Okay, you're good.
Pokey.
Okay. No, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
Okay, thank you for the hydrate, hon. Let me go and get my water real quick before we start this. So let me do that. Hydrates are enabled, so if any time I get a hydrate, I'll bring that in too. Neo's dead. Oh no, yeah. Okay, pray to God. Pray for the computer gods. All right, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start. All right, everyone. Hello. My name is Midnight's in Valhalla. Welcome to Just Before Midnight one-on-one, or Just Before Midnight one-on-one with Velouria here. We got our special guest with us. This is episode 5, and we have my co-host Rob with me as well. Thank you for joining me tonight. For this interview, just
thank you for
earlier
having me.
before we even started. Yeah, no problem. Just before we started, I've been getting BSODs. Hopefully I can get that down the road done. It's just been happening recently, and God, I love computers. First and foremost, would you like to introduce yourself to the people that are watching this right now?
Yeah, sure. Hello, my name is Velouria. I am a soon-to-be hopeful VTuber and whatnot, avid VR chat person, World of Warcraft player, Monster Hunter Wilds. I make my own models. I know American Sign Language. I do too many things probably, but my ADHD brain likes it. So hey, I just do whatever I kind of like feel like on the day-to-day basis. But yeah, that's pretty much what I do. I'm just kind of a jack of all kind of like trades, as it were, when it comes to my content creation and whatnot. But yeah.
Yeah, and one of the biggest things that I know you for is the egregious amounts of outfits that you have for your OC here. And I know we've had that discussion many a times when it came to
I think
how many you have.
Yeah, I think when I counted last, outside of very kind of holiday-like outfits, I think I have like
it's either like 23 or 24 different outfits or something like that. I can literally have a different outfit every day of the month. If I'm on
stuff
VR
you
chat.
built from scratch. You build all
The
your outfits from
outfits that I put onto my avatar are not not every single one of them scratch. There's a few that I have made from scratch and whatnot, but most of them are booth outfits that I've purchased and then fitted onto my avatar and whatnot. Basically, just like kit bashing and whatnot.
Yeah, I get you.
Some of them though are booth assets, but then I put customizable stuff with them that I have made. So, like I say, it's really more of like not so much making everything from scratch, but more of like efficiently putting outfits onto my avatar. But yeah. But I can make stuff from scratch. I can fit things up. I can do customizable things. I can do whatever. So.
And I take it like Velouria is your OC name, correct? With your name that's currently on.
Yeah, Velouria. Well, yeah, it's my OC. Well, Velouria Yoshev is like my OC name and whatnot, which is a name that I actually use in World of Warcraft because I'm in like a role playing guild in World of Warcraft. So that's like my full name. So if anything, this is like the VR chat version of my OC from World of Warcraft, actually. So this OC didn't technically exist in VR chat first. It actually existed in World of Warcraft first, believe it or not.
Like, even speaking of World of Warcraft, like, I mean, we all know VR chat hasn't been as long as World of Warcraft has been around. I think it's been like, what, 2005? I think is when
something like
that. I still remember working at my old place, and we actually had the entire atlas, like a physical book of the atlas for the game. I don't know if you have the atlas, or when did you start? When did you start playing World of Warcraft?
I started playing World of Warcraft 20 years ago.
Oh, so
yeah, I'm one of like the OG players, as it were, if that makes sense. Or as most WoW players, I'm one of like the vanilla players, if that makes sense. You know, playing back all the way from the base game and playing all the expansions up to the current one, which is the War Within, and then literally tomorrow, midnight is when I'm playing midnight. So, yeah. Yes.
I always make that joke.
Like I said on my stream yesterday, this is going to be a very like midnight themed like 2 days. Like,
midnight. Yeah, because I was on your stream the night before.
You'll notice a lot of my stuff whenever I come to kind of like posting my content. There is like this weird crossover that I make with like all of my content. I somehow make Monster Hunter Wilds relate with WoW, and then WoW relate to VR chat, and then VR chat to that, and then just everything somehow connects. I don't know how I make it work. I confuse myself sometimes with it, but I make it work. So
yeah, and like all the work that you've done in like VR chat specifically too. Like, do you do RPs, or is it just mostly?
I don't. The only reason being is because I just don't have time to. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, typical VR chat creator, I'm not on VR chat that often because if I'm not playing VR chat, I'm either playing Monster Hunter Wilds or I'm playing World of Warcraft or I'm making my avatar for VR chat. Right. I know the irony, but like, but I think when it also comes to that, to just avatar creators in general, a lot of them create things for the platform that they're like, that whatever they can make, basically, but they can make money off of. You know what I'm saying? If they can make VR chat avatars, they're gonna make VR chat avatars so they can make a living.
Yeah.
But when it comes to actually, a lot of the creators really don't play World of Warcraft. Like, I was about to say World of Warcraft, VR chat that much.
Right.
But World of VR chat.
World of it, yeah.
But,
VR chat.
Yeah, exactly. But it's very interesting because, for example, I've been working on my avatar for the past few weeks, and when I basically have only logged on to VR chat just to take pictures to post on my social medias.
Right.
That's it, pretty much. And I almost prefer it that way because the whole reason why that I take the pictures is to show off my work.
Right.
At the same time, you know, when you're a avatar creator, you want to show off your work. And let's face it, most social medias pretty much cater to creators, and most creators basically use social medias as a giant kind of like photo album
Yeah,
or something like
yeah.
that, or like a resume thing or anything like that. I mean,
Yeah.
most sponsorships, they look at your social medias to see if they want to, work with you or anything like that. So most of the time, it's just like a portfolio. Social medias are just a giant portfolio for creators, pretty much. So that's how I look at my social medias most of the time.
You were saying that you're going to start VTubing, but like in a way, as a content creator and a VTuber, just because you have a lot of stuff in VR chat doesn't mean that like people who spend their time building stuff. VR chat's a social platform. You come here and like you can schedule it as part of like what you might do in terms of like VTubing, where okay, well this is the day I'll do World of Warcraft. This is the day that I'll do like a VR chat hangout with people who are my group. I know a bunch of VTubers that have like a dedicated VR chat day, and that's the day they get on, but they don't like go through and do VR chat a whole bunch because they're more of like a game focused or like multi-game focused VTuber as opposed to just VR chat.
Yeah, exactly. And the only reason, like, for example, in my bio on most of my social medias, I put on like aspiring VTuber. The only reason why I word it that way is it's not to discredit people who mostly who used to do their VTubing solely in VR chat, because there's some people that I know, for example, that like they call themselves VTuber and all that they do is VR chat and whatnot, which is like is fine to label yourself that way. Me personally, as a creator, I view VTubers more of a media to present yourself with.
Yeah, it's more of an avatar to present yourself than it is like a VR
exactly
chat.
Like in like VR chat, like you have to have an avatar to represent yourself. Well, as I feel like VTubing, you almost have to go out of your way to make your choice to present yourself that way on live streams or anything like that. So that's why I don't call myself a VTuber yet until I make which I'm making a newer version of this current model that you see right now.
Yeah.
As a VTuber that I can use to play other games. Like once I am able to, once I feel like I can actually stream with a 3D avatar that I have made myself or I bought or whatever and whatnot, and are able to play games outside of VR chat, that's when I feel like I can call myself a VTuber. I'm sure people call me a VTuber, and that's completely fine.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like a self goal, and it's more of like a self reward, like straight up the Obama meme of like him putting like the fucking like Medal of Honor and whatnot on him. It's basically me putting the label on myself of being a VTuber by having like the VTuber model, as it were. But yeah,
I would make the argument that sort of what you're talking about, VTubing is just you're streaming content and you're just representing yourself with an avatar. What medium that is done with, I think doesn't specifically matter. I think as long as the avatar itself represents you and it's custom to you and it's not you doing like using Zenless models or whatever to go through, like not having like a dedicated model.
And I'm not shooting that down. I'm just more of like that is a way of like getting myself motivated to actually work on my avatar because I've been working on this fucking thing for like
God
2 years now.
long.
I think
Yeah,
at this point, like 2 years.
You've been also like a lot of the stuff that you use as well as like the one that you have right now is a body base, but it's modified from you, because I know a lot of your posts on Twitter have been you like moving things around, adding clothes, trying to get like a certain
put it this way, I have so the base that I started off with, which I have a license for and whatnot to use, and I can even use the base to actually make other bases for people if I want to.
Yeah.
And the
Creative
base that I
license, right?
use is creative license. Yeah. I have shown the pictures of what the base started off as and then the changes that I have made, and people are like, that looks like a totally different thing. Like theme wise, all of that jazz. Like if most people, when they see that picture, they go, if you didn't tell me you started off with that, I never would have guessed.
Yeah.
Like never would have guessed.
No, same.
So
I'm so used to seeing.
And if Chad is ever wondering which base that I did use and heavily modified, it's Tori base by Tori Nyan. So yeah,
we put that in the.
Nice. I think I've heard about that one.
Also, too, like I know that you've garnered a lot of like a lot of people like views and stuff like that through like just your OC and what you've made with all your outfits. Because by the way, the outfit choices you have, they're chef's kiss. I love them. Like the one picture that you sent me not too long ago is like, is this okay to post post this up right now before we start? I'm like, God dang, and I used it before. It's the what was it, St. Louis like Azure Link kind of dress kind of thing, that kind of like...
Yeah, it's another ball gown outfit and whatnot, which it's so funny because like so many people in VR chat, they either have some kind of casual wear or they have some kind of like cyberpunk theme to like their outfits and whatnot. And like it's so copy and paste and whatnot. And none of it, and of course there's nothing wrong with that, but at the same time it's like something different, please. like just be like a little bold, like just like a little brave, like put an outfit on your avatar that you want to have on your avatar, not necessarily something that's going to bring attention to yourself, if that makes sense.
Yeah, make yourself
like
feel
if you
unique.
like the outfit, people will know you like the outfit, and that's how you get the attention that you need if you're trying to just go with these cookie cutter like
Same
outfits
thing
and whatnot
you
that everyone
see,
has.
like everyone has. Yeah, exactly. Like when you look at like my outfit, like Mari did, or like there's you've got to represent. You were just mentioning it earlier. It's like how you're representing yourself out there, right? Because how would they know who you are if you look like every single other person? You don't really stand out. Your name, maybe, but not a lot of people are going to notice it from above at the tag. They're just going to see what's in front. And when they see an image of that person, every time they see you again, hopefully they don't, steal your avatar, because you know how VR chat and rippers and stuff, how it goes. Then they'll...
Well, it's more of like, I wouldn't say people have the same look on them or all look the same or they all use the same outfits. It's more of just like repetitive, the same theme, if that makes sense. Like one thing that I don't see often, that I think the reason why people probably like my like social media posts is because I actually put ballroom gowns on my avatar. I actually put like these out of the box, not typical outfits that people tend to put on the VR chat. Do they exist? Sure. Of course there's other people who have outfits like that. But more often than not, it's going to be some kind of casual wear, which is fine. Or some kind of like cyberwear, which again is fine. But it's like, I want something different. Do something different.
I mean, in a world where someone's trying to be them in some way, but they can't really afford to do all the fancy things. But it's not even that. There's many ways to do it for free. Able to not have to get like
open Blender.
Yeah, Blender's free. You're able to like, if you take your time to go out there and actually like work on things, like even again, Vel actually was able to, at least at the point, get that creative license to be able to like modify stuff and like really hone your craft in terms of like sculpting, right? Because it's a good way to start, right? Just get something that's existing and kind of work that way to a point where then you can make your own. Because you're so used to it.
That's how I started.
Yeah.
That's how I started. I started off with a Gumroad avatar that was like a pre-bit like kit bash one. And I started customizing I customized the textures first, of course. I then started exploring Blender work, started kit bashing things together and whatnot. And then eventually I started making things from scratch. I literally woke up one day and I was like, I need to start making stuff from scratch because one, it's going to save me money. And two, it's going to be a lot of fun because I have always had this interest of, gosh, I remember even before going to college, I remember having this interest in doing 3D modeling and whatnot. And once I started like really learning Blender and started showing my work to people are like, wow, you have like a real knack for this. Like this is something that you very obviously are really passionate about and you should really start exploring it more. And so now it ends up to the point where people are like, how do you do this? How do you do that? And I'm just like, I don't fucking know. I push this button, somehow Blender obeys. Like,
it actually reminds me of that one meme. I don't know if you've seen it on like a YouTube short where it's basically a person in Blender, like a beginner. And it's just Jim Carrey doing the typewriter from Bruce Almighty.
I've seen those.
Right.
Seen those
and then you see what's his name from the
other
Incredibles,
meme that I
it's
see.
And then go ahead.
Yeah, the other meme that I see too is the meme where it's like a person just like throwing like random bullshit and whatnot.
Yeah.
He's doing like just throw random bullshit and it's all different like like modifiers and whatnot that are in Blender.
Yeah,
it's like
like
how do you make
arrays.
things in Blender? Throws random modifiers. It's just like
Yeah, and
it's great.
I love that because every time I see the comments in those shorts, it's like, do you understand? Do you see the difference? One person still got full of life, and the other one just doesn't want to be there anymore.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I mean, like, is there
exactly.
any like, in my opinion, like I mean, I get it. It's hard to get inspired with everything that goes on around. Is there anything you could tell people out there what would be a good idea to encourage them to do the things that you do if they're kind of like in a rut?
Oh gosh. Well, I remember, you know what? Now thinking about it, speaking of avatar making, that's the thing that seems to be my escape
Right.
when it comes to creation and whatnot.
Mhm.
And then I remember I really started cracking down on avatar making
Yeah.
back in 2020.
Yeah.
That was, start of the pandemic and whatnot. Basically, what had happened is my dad was hospitalized with COVID and whatnot, and they were in the
sorry.
hospital on a breathalyzer. And during that time, it basically happened like right at the start of Christmas time.
Yeah.
And I remember just like slaving away in Blender, just working on my avatar one because I was at home because I had to quarantine myself and whatnot even for work, so I couldn't even go to work and whatnot until and of course my dad being on my mind the entire time and whatnot. And I remember being in Blender and whatnot and just not being able to think about that situation for a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not so, and which is like, I'm gonna be honest with you, that's not really healthy. Like, you should process, hard
What
times when it's
happens,
okay to
yeah.
not be okay
Yeah, of
and
course.
whatnot. But at the same time, you do need to make sure you sit down and give yourself that release because you're just gonna go insane.
Of course.
You know what I'm
It's gonna
saying?
eat up in your mind.
You're just, it's absolutely yes. So the best thing for me that worked for me was just creating something.
Yeah.
When you're in a mood where your body and your mind is constantly thinking of the things that are being destroyed, creating is going to be the best thing that you can do. Just, it doesn't matter what you are creating.
Yeah.
If you are creating memories with friends, making art pieces,
That's a good idea.
creating creating a good time with your friend, like anything that is going to be creative is going to help you in any kind of rut.
Yeah, like having like
Just-
a study group or something like that. Maybe you want to both kind of work in Blender together. Maybe
Yeah,
you
and
wanna-
it's and here's the thing, it's not even so much that you just need to like be with the person and whatnot. Just get your mind out of everything is gloomy, everything's falling apart. As long as you are able to realize that those things that are falling apart, they're probably falling apart because they're out of your power.
right.
As long as you are able then to create something which is in your power to do, you'll be fine. Yeah, the problem is still going to be there,
Yeah.
but at least you can temporarily relieve yourself and allow you to realize, oh, things are not as bad as my body is saying when I start creating something. Like, when I feel like I'm in a rut and whatnot, I sometimes I open up Blender and I work on my avatar.
Yeah.
I make VR chat photos and whatnot.
Yeah.
Or
Photography's
what I'll do is I'll just like clean up fucking clean up my room.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? That's all. That is also creating something as well. Creating just like I said, just creation in like the most deepest detailed description, like small text of the word definition creation.
Yeah. Even like
Where something is
moving-
not being torn apart and whatnot, as long as
Right.
you're putting something together, whether
Yeah.
it's yourself, a thing, or somebody else, that's going to help you.
Yeah, like
in
even
my
like
opinion.
easily one of the things my mom always taught me is that sometimes after a while it's good to move some furniture around and make your room look different because if you see the same thing over and over and over again, it just drives you nuts. And you don't see that. Like mentally you're just like, okay, I see the same thing, whatever. But subconsciously you actually are just going insane until it just happens, and even the simple things can do that. So that's a good insight about that. Like cleaning is a great
Yeah, there
example.
was a recent thing that somebody said where, obviously, like, in the U.S. and whatnot. I'm sure other countries have it. There's a lot of chaos that happened in the month of January, like a lot, and we're not going to get into it that much.
No.
But there was one person who said, "There's no way that a single person is going to be able to think about all of the hardships that are going around the world at the same time and not become insane." There's no way. There's no way that
humans
you can
don't
sit
have
there
the
and
capacity to
they
comprehend that
don't.
kind of data.
Yeah.
They don't and whatnot. And people always say like, "Oh, because it's not a problem that affects you, then like that's the reason why you don't have any sympathy." It's like, no,
there's only so much
I
you
have
can
too many
do.
things on my plate. I want to be able to focus on that,
Right.
Because I do believe in it and whatnot to fix it. But like, I can't help a person if I can't help myself.
Exactly.
Like,
No.
if I am not in a state where I am helping myself and making sure that I am stable, how the fuck am I going to know if something else is stable?
But what sucks
how
is
can I
that
make
they'll
something
think
else
that
that's
you're
stable?
selfish
Yeah.
or something in that lines, and they don't understand that, right?
Yeah,
think,
exactly.
Oh, now you're thinking of
Or-
yourself.
Well, it's not even so much thinking of yourself. It's more of like, you're just trying to make yourself feel better by doing this. It's like your heart is not really in it. You're just doing it for yourself.
To be fair, there's
Like,
Also, a lot of
it's-
people that judge others and do posturing but do nothing for themselves.
Yes.
So, like, it's easier to judge others when you're in fact guilty of the same thing.
Yeah. Right. It's the whole part of the problem instead of part of the solution kind of thing.
Yeah. No.
One quote from an anime that I always like to quote to myself or to other people who tend to think that way. Black Lagoon.
Black Lagoon. I haven't watched Black Lagoon. I hear it's
Yeah,
good.
Black Lagoon.
Fantastic. Good classic.
Yeah, there was a situation where the main character Rock goes up to Revy, who is who's the other main female protagonist, and he goes, if there is no hero around, why don't you become one?" Which is basically saying, like, instead of just sitting there complaining and feeling like, when is this going to be fixed? Why don't you try and fix it yourself?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the best way to, because again, that's part of creation.
Yeah.
That's part
How-
of creating something.
How are you going to
Like,
be able to fix what's there if you don't learn from that mistake to make yourself better and improve?
Well,
Right?
it's not so much just like the mistakes
It's
that
more
you
about
have made,
people-
but it's just
it's
a
more about
problem that's
people-
around.
People telling you to fix stuff when they have the capacity to fix it themselves.
Right.
And then
yeah.
getting angry at you
Yeah.
because you're not doing it when they could be doing it.
Yeah. It's like
Because
you're
they
depending
don't
on
want to
them
because
instead of.
It's because they're angry at you because they feel that they themselves can't take action, so they're asking you to take action when they in fact have the power to take action.
And then to their credit, though, one thing that I also tend to say to people is that there's no way that you can also fix all of the problems, but you also just don't have the knowledge on how to fix a problem. Like, if somebody were to come up to me and be like, "Hey, how do I install a new alternator on a Honda Civic or something?" I'm gonna be like, "Fuck if I know," and I can't help you with that problem. You know what I'm saying? I will then I'll direct that problem to somebody else who probably knows how to solve that problem.
Funny enough.
You know, so there's also the quote of, not everyone can be a hero, but that doesn't mean you can't become one either to somebody. Like,
Yeah. I mean, funny enough that you mentioned
So,
that too.
everybody has their niche.
No, and that's true. Actually,
It
funny
takes a
enough,
village.
The mention you were saying about guiding someone where they can help you there, because you don't have any idea. My mom had a car accident not too long ago. I actually explained this in my a few of my streams beforehand. That my mom has been trying to get. She was involved in a indirect car accident. It was a hit and run in a parking lot. It was a truck that went I think 30 or 40 miles an hour I don't know why he was going that fast, but it was in a big light truck and dragged the car a little bit and grinded on the right side of the vehicle, or left, sorry. Completely, since the car is a 4-wheel drive, the axle in the back completely bent. The arc of the base of the body is also bent, including just a massive scratch right across the passenger side car. And my mom has been trying to find the cameras, and she's tried to talk to management, and she's been calling 4 times to try and get the cameras on it because the police can't really do much. unless there's a problem, which is happening now. And my mom had to pay the $500 deductible because CAA or AAA, if you're in America, Automobile Association or American Automobile Association. And so what I told her is like, why don't you go to City Hall and talk to like operator there, or like someone that can direct you or guide you or give you an idea of how to get the solution corrected, and to bring whoever hit your car to justice, because the guy left. He probably doesn't have any insurance. Is why he's, either doesn't have insurance or he's a criminal. We don't know. We weren't able to get the license plate of the guy that actually did it. We got half of it. Someone was nice enough to try and tag him by like biking, but it wasn't a motorcycle, and the guy was going so fast that he couldn't get the rest of it. So since then, we've been stuck with waiting until we get something from it. So now, after what I told my mom, she's now going to go to City Hall and talk about it, because I've been to City Hall before. I've called City Hall for a bus route that was closed because it wasn't making enough money. But the problem is, someone as like me who has a disability who uses that bus to get me to places when my mom can't take me and I don't drive, and I put a letter into that. And within not even a month, when they came back from vacation, because of course they were on vacation, the council there at the City Hall read my note or my email, and it was right over there. The route came back 2 weeks afterwards. I was able to do that because my voice was heard about that, and I was able to guide myself, because I didn't know either. I'm like, where the heck am I supposed to go? So the only thing I can think of for something like that is what, the Ministry of Transportation? No, that's federal. You got to go provincial. So I'm like, the city might be able to do something specifically. So I did that. So I told my mom the exact same thing, and then she's doing it tomorrow. So exactly, it's a great thing to know, is that there is solutions to the problems, and you can't just put it on everyone. They they can give you a guide maybe if they know enough, but at the end of the day, you're the one who's going to find it out on themselves. So yeah, funny. It's
Exactly.
yeah. I mean, like when it comes to things like problem solving and stuff like that, a lot of people back then, especially like parenting is a big thing, like teaching your kid how to problem solve things, right? Using building blocks that are on the carpet and then having them build stuff, like simple things like that. We don't really, not a lot of parents do that anymore. Most of it's just like, here's an iPad, here you go.
Here's your phone.
Here's your phone.
Don't bother me.
Don't bother. Yeah, exactly. And no. You got to give them something to work with, so they can engineer their brain to start building up, their future.
Understand how to solve problems.
Creation, yeah. I mean,
I saw.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I saw this one person where this streamer was like unable to comprehend how the portals worked in Portal, and was just going through the same like loop over and over again. And I was like, either this person is like has no critical thinking whatsoever, or like they're just trolling people, because it's like, how do you not comprehend this?
Yeah.
And
it's sad, right? Because back in like showing our boomer selves, like back then when we didn't have that thing, we had to go outside. We had to draw. We had chalk that we would put on the
drink from hose water.
I mean, there was parks that had that, like you had to pump and stuff like that. God no.
we had to
don't
kill
do that.
a man and eat him to survive in the streets.
No, but that's the most important thing, is like, if you ever have a child, make sure to give them something like right there, like physical. Do you remember Connects? I think we were called Connects.
Well, I think that's a big thing where there's a lot of
Legos. Yeah,
I think it
Legos.
was like there was like, I'm not sure what you want to call it, auto parenting was like a thing for a bit, but like more and more people that I talked giving a tablet and saying good luck.
Oh well.
The idea of like that type, we've seen the consequences of that.
Right.
And I think a lot of people I know in my generation are like, even now that talking about like, I'm not going to give my kid any sort of like computer or tablet device until he's like 13 or 14.
Which is
because like
almost impossible.
you need to. Well, there's a difference between like doing the computer and then using it for like typing and word processing versus like, engaging them in physical stuff, engaging them in
problem solving.
Like problem solving, puzzles, like stuff like that doesn't have to be on a tablet.
Yeah.
So you're not scrolling. And there's a study done about like the idea of like people's attention spans are getting shorter and shorter because they're spending all their time looking at short form content and
Yeah.
like, you know, just scrolling as opposed to doing something more like reading.
Right.
And
yeah.
you need reading because if you're just doing like short form
comprehension.
content and stuff like that, well, you're not using like your frontal lobe and all that. And you're unable to focus on things.
Exactly. Everything kind of gets like drifted off into one thing. Something attracts you to something else, and then you're scatterbrained pretty much in that instance. And it
Exactly.
grows more and more the older you get. It applies to what you've learned during that time. And in this case, like when I mentioned to you about it's kind of almost impossible because when you're going to take your kids to school, and those schools are going to have computers and stuff like that, right? Unless you're getting them homeschooled. Like there's different ways of doing that, but like in a majority of sense, schools are going to be your biggest thing next to, of course, daycare centers. If you can't, if you're too busy to spend time with your child, that's another thing. That's a whole different other topic of knowing how to focus on your child, how much you can spend, because we all know that this day and age it's difficult to even have a child, and then some. So like, I mean, it's real, right? I mean, like,
well, no,
like,
you're right. What I'm chuckling at for a moment is that it reminds me of this. Like, there's one argument where it's just like people are always. It's an ironic thing that I've noticed where people are always like, do it for the children. Like, what about the children in the future or whatnot? And I'm sitting there going like, my generation's having kids? Like, it's like we're able to afford it. Like, who's affording these creatures?
if
Like,
you were born in 2000, you're cooked.
yeah, exactly. I'm sitting here going, I was just like, what generation is being made that's gonna like?
Right. Have
like,
you seen
I
the
don't- like,
Inception
of course,
thing with
there
the?
are, and it's
Yeah, of
important to
course.
do that. But I always kind of sit there and it's just like, I don't know about that argument. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
And usually people who are saying that are all of like the boomers and Gen X who are constantly like, when there was a big giant boom of people and whatnot that were being
the
made,
huge amount
that
of
were
increase of
that were in an
population
affordable
at the
time and
so,
whatnot.
Yeah.
It's like, of course, like, yeah, you're going to think about the future of your kids because, like, that's what you're going to think about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like with our generation, it's more of, again, back to the problem of, like, if I can't solve my own problems, how am I going to raise something that's going to have its own problems to have to try and solve itself?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, solving your own problems is hard enough.
Can I afford
Helping
mentally
another
for a kid?
being
Yeah.
that has some kind of like like will and whatnot, teaching them how to solve their own problems is a whole different can of worms to open.
Yeah.
Like that's something totally different. Like
Yeah, exactly. Like, can I afford like mentally a kid if I can't help myself teach my kid the problem solving that I need? I don't want to just throw in an iPad and call it a day kind of thing. So yeah, I completely agree with you on that one. Another topic I actually wanted to ask, because I actually had someone in the chat. It was Ray. You were mentioning, I believe, about sign language, because you've been knowing like learning of sign language for
Correct. Yes.
a long time now. Like, how long have you been doing sign language for? Was
it is going to be 6 years in a month.
a month?
Nice.
Wow.
Yes, 6 years
Congratulations.
and a month.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I've been pretty steadily going with the whole sign language thing and whatnot. And believe it or not, everybody, always asks me, well, what's the reason why you got into sign language one day? It's like, believe it or not, the only reason why that I got into sign language is because of VRChat. VRChat is actually the reason why I started learning sign language, believe it or not.
Yeah.
One of the things that it's always really funny because it wasn't until about 3 years of getting into sign language, or
Right.
my mom at one point when I was telling her I was learning sign language or whatnot, and she goes like, yeah, that's actually like of the languages for you to learn, that's the language that you should learn, like 100%. And I looked at her and I go, why is that? And she goes, well, when back when Dad was here when you were a little kid, we went to this one seminar and whatnot, and your dad noticed that you weren't looking at the person who was talking. You were looking at the interpreter that was on the side of the stage and whatnot. Of course, I didn't know what the signs were. I had no idea. But that's something that my dad had noticed. So whenever he would bring me out to like the stage and whatnot, he made me be able to see the interpreter
Right.
and whatnot. And my mom then also commented is when I was being diagnosed with my ADHD, I was diagnosed like very, very young. Like we're talking before I was even middle school young. When I was diagnosed with it, the psychiatrist told my mother, if you're going to communicate with him, make sure that you use movement along with your communication. In other words, move your hands around.
Yeah.
Speak Italian. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's the thing with like a retail. Like when I used to work in retail, I would use my hands to like explain things, like not just through my voice, but through an image of like showing them through that method. And in a way, it's very sketchy, sign language, because you're just giving them something else to.
Well, it's
focus on.
gestures.
It's
yeah,
gestures,
but,
exactly.
Yeah, it's gestures. Yeah,
exactly. So that was something that I learned. But of course, sign language is a whole different beast because there's like so many, of course, letters and having.
Yeah, there's a culture. Well, there's a culture behind it. There's people behind it and all that jazz. So which is all stuff that you need to learn.
Yeah, of course.
But it's so funny because right when my mom said that to me, I was then thinking back on my sign language learning journey, and I think the only reason why that I learned signs so quickly and have stuck with it is because I have noticed that when I was first starting off, when people were showing me signs, they would of course would do something that's called simcomming, which is kind of like not something that you should really do in sign language, if that makes sense. But the people who did it, I noticed that I actually paid the fuck attention to them. Whereas, like, if somebody were to just like sit here and just talk like this and not move their hands, I'm immediately just like
going to somewhere else.
like, I'm going somewhere else
Like you're
immediately. But if
drifting.
they're moving their hands and they're signing along with talking and whatnot, I will pay attention to their hands and not actually what they're saying. I will actually translate their signs, not their voice at all.
That's
In
fascinating.
fact, I've started to actually gotten to the point where I have learned enough vocabulary where I feel like sometimes I think in sign language, which is something really crazy to think about, in all honesty. I'm not saying that like that's I can say like that's definitely to like when you know that you know a language when you're able to think in it.
Yeah, when you it's
With like your daily thoughts.
It's like the motor
Where it doesn't
skills.
matter if it's sign language, Spanish, French, whatever.
Yeah, of course.
If you can start thinking in that language and being able to comprehend those thoughts in that other language, yeah, you have a pretty like good basis to start off with any kind of language.
And it's kind of
Doesn't
the
matter
same
what.
thing
it is.
as like motor skills on keyboards, right? We all start with like not knowing exactly how to keep our hands rested and not look at the keyboard and look at a screen, right? Once you start
Yeah.
knowing the keys so much, then it's like a second nature that you don't need to look at anymore. It's just like duh, and you understand that more than
I
you-
still look at my keyboard when I
I mean, I do a little bit. I mean, I
type.
still kind of do in my type, but like it's
I
just
mean, I
more.
do sometimes, but like as long as you know the home keys, you can get some real like. That's the big
Yeah,
trick is learning
WASD,
home
right?
keys.
Yeah, WST or even like
Yeah.
the little the braille. I guess
WSD
you could
and
say
the
the
arrows.
braille
They
that's
just
on
like
what
that.
the J and the
Yeah.
F key. I think there's a little bit of braille on it. Well, that's
I
braille.
think it went completely over their head.
Yeah, that's
Completely over their head.
that's
WASD numpad. That's the home keys.
Oh,
WASD numpad.
oh,
We
I
were talking about the gaming home keys, not the actual
sorry,
typing home
yeah.
keys.
sorry,
pal.
sorry. This is how bad I am with jokes. It goes over my head, and my community knows how bad I am on that.
Bro, do you even type? That's crazy. In this
Bro,
day
do you
and
even
age, you know
meme?
what a home key
I don't.
is?
I
Bro,
suck
what are
at
your
it.
fucking words a minute, dude.
Man, I'm just gonna talk to my mom and say how much I
I'm
suck.
going cool like 110.
One of the biggest things I'm so fascinated in is like being able to do the sign language within VR chat. Now it's different from doing it like in real life because the thing is that you have to kind of work within the boundaries
There's
of VR
limits,
chat.
yeah, there's
right?
limits.
But you're able to bypass those limits by thinking outside the box, correct? When you have your mall with the, of course. The
Yeah,
logo.
so remember how I was talking earlier about how like a lot of things are connected when it comes to just my content creation and things that I know and whatnot?
Yeah.
This is one of those moments where like three different things are going to connect. So let me explain.
Sure.
So the reason why that I even started playing VR chat
Yeah.
is back in, I think it was 2018, 2017 and whatnot. Do you remember the VR funny clips that they would post and whatnot back in the day?
Oh man.
VR funny?
Maybe?
VR funny.
Yeah,
I don't
so
remember.
so I would watch these like random like like clip videos and whatnot of VR chat streamers when VR chat was like really growing and like really booming
Right.
and whatnot.
This was just
And
after the.
At one point,
gun
what came up
thing.
on my YouTube feed was this one exploration of like the very first Mr. Dummy world. Mr. Dummy is a deaf person that hails from oh man,
Oh, my pop
I'm
quiz.
trying to remember what EU country. Yeah, I'm sitting there going like, oh shoot,
This is gonna
I've
be on your
known this
final
person
exam.
for like 5+ years. I don't remember where they're from. Oh god,
That's how old you're getting. It starts to get like
yeah,
that.
right. But anyways, they were exploring the sign language world, and
Yeah.
I remember that was the first YouTube video that I think I've ever watched start to finish without pausing and like I was immediately zoomed in and whatnot. It was me seeing that video where I sat there and went, all right, I'm getting into VR. Like this is like there's no way that I can ignore this.
Yeah.
And I got an Oculus Rift, and when that was the first VR headset that I got,
Yeah.
and I remember hanging out in a random Black Cat, how it always is, and this one person was like using sign language in Black Cat, and I was looking at them and I was like, where did you learn that? Like, how did you learn that? And they've dropped a portal to the Mr. Dummy world, and c'est la vie, now we're here. So,
Yeah.
and it was in that sign language community that I have discovered, because of the limitations with your avatar and whatnot, a lot of the sign language users had a custom avatar.
Yeah.
They weren't even content creators. They had a custom avatar not because they were creators, but because they needed the avatar to accommodate for their hand usage for sign language.
Right.
Like with the default gestures and whatnot, like some of them wanted like like the I love you hands, for
Right.
example, on
Yeah.
their avatar.
I think you
and
mentioned how
whatnot.
to teach me that specific one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like for example, and like for me, the only reason why that I even know anything about like avatar creating or how I even got into that is
Yeah.
because of the sign language community. It wasn't something that I just picked up. It was because I needed to make an avatar to accommodate for my sign language. So sign language, so anything that's like VR chat creative wise for me, it all ties back into sign language reasons.
Right.
In fact, you'll probably notice that I have these kind of like funny hands on my avatar and whatnot that I can do.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
because of an OSC program called Thumb Parameters, which the whole purpose of the program is to help you do these sign language supported hands
Of course. Yeah.
for your avatar and whatnot.
Right.
But yeah, and here's the thing, I even use it for other toggles on my avatar. You don't need to even have it for necessarily sign language.
Yeah.
You can
There's
use
like a
it for other things.
Yeah, use it in your radial menu, and you can enable it if need be, and then you can disable, or you could just have the regular gestures, right? And be
Yeah,
like it never
exactly.
had it. Yeah.
But like for example, I could do like hard hand, all that jazz and
Yeah.
whatnot. So that's the other reason why to do it too. You don't necessarily have to use it. But again,
Yeah.
all of it stems back to the only reason why that I'm into avatar making and
Hard
in
hand.
VR chat is because of sign language. That's the whole reason why.
Fucking
amazing.
Whole entire reason why.
And like,
So funny story about that gesture. You may want to be careful when using it. You know what? Is Ray in the chat?
Ray
Ray's
was
in
in
the
the
chat, right?
chat
Ray
earlier.
Parker
Ray
Jr., I
hasn't
love
messaged
Ghostbusters.
since then. It's been like 20
Hey
minutes.
Rob, do you have Val's Twitch chat up?
Yes.
You do? Okay. Do me a favor. Do that gesture towards Midnight to Valhalla and have Ray translate what that sign means.
It's probably something about filing taxes incorrectly.
God, me. Oh, yep.
Do you do it
Ray's in
with
there.
the fingers?
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
Ray's
And just
here.
show it to the
Like-
camera.
Eh,
Yeah.
What's that sign, Ray? What's
Yeah.
that sign?
Wiggly's gonna have a fun time making this edit and post. I can understand what you say. We're just wondering exactly the way that Rob
What about
next to
this?
Velouria means
Good
in sign. Or kind of curious about it, because I think I did the same thing too, because that happened to me too. I tried to do that with my thing, because I don't have it set for the heart or anything like that. It's literally just taking, of course, 2 L's and then trying to make an actual like
Well, it's a thing.
heart.
So
right?
when I do this, my thumb goes down.
right.
You see that? Why
No, we're trying
Why
to
does it do that?
Ray. What we're trying to do is we're trying to get the what would you say, the what it actually means.
wrist-
With the interpretation of what
Yeah, the
this sign means.
interpretation.
Come on,
Yeah.
Ray. You know what this sign means, right?
What does this sign mean?
Yeah, Wiggly's gonna have a field day, and he's gonna put that in the edit. You just wait. Oh no. If Ray does know it, you could throw it in. I mean, as long as it's not like.
They 100%. It's a little bit of a joke thing in the sign language community one up, but I want Ray to say it and not me. I know what it means. And it's the reason why I'm even bringing it up. But I'm just curious if Ray is brave enough to actually translate the sign.
If not, I mean, like, what we can do is because we have a well, at least in my chat, it will pop up on there on the raw one. Yeah, it is. What we can do is probably we'll have like Wiggly or something like that post the what that means. Because Ray doesn't look like is wondering what's going on, but whatever. I mean, worst case, I mean, you could just put a hint down and then kind of give it to the screen what it means if you want to, so people can guess.
It's a sign for the word pussy.
Boom.
This?
Well, there
What is
you
this
go.
sign for?
Okay. Well, there you go. Well, you don't. Well, now Wiggly's gonna definitely have a field day with that one. Never mind, bruh. You guys that are watching this on YouTube. You guys are watching this on YouTube. In the chat, you can't see the bubble on it, but yeah, we had someone in who's also deaf. Of course, sign language, having the translation and stuff like that. Yeah, that's what that means. Jeez.
Well, next time.
Yes.
Well, now I know what you're gonna do next time.
That's why I do that now. That's why I do that now.
Yes, yeah, do that. That's
Yeah,
a way to solution. So it's
There you go.
so funny because you're talking about like scrolling like on Twitter and whatnot, and of course I see all of these VR chat photographers
doing
and
that.
doing that gesture, and I'm just sitting there just going,
Poor people that don't even know is like the best
Well,
part.
I mean, we
It's
don't
so
know
hard
if
not
they're
to just,
asking to do some ERP in like the Just Be Club. Like, we don't know that.
Hey, psst,
Maybe
secret
they're doing
password.
it and they know exactly what they're saying. Secret password going to the B Club.
oh my god. But yeah.
Yes,
Anyways.
yes.
Don't do that sign. That is not a correct sign. It's not
We're
a good sign
learning.
to probably do.
Yeah,
Not out in
no.
public and whatnot,
Yeah,
but
don't do that out in public unless you want to get have someone go, ugh. They know, God forbid.
do the sign stuff.
So another thing.
Yeah, you'll get some funny looks from a deaf person if you use that sign in front of them.
I can already see the face going, ugh. What the
Yeah,
heck?
exactly.
Okay, so another thing too is that you mentioned about being the sign language is the reason, or VR chat is the reason why you got into the whole sign language thing, correct? What really got you into VR chat in the first place? Like, what really was the light, or basically the trigger to get you into wanting to...
I kid you not, it was sign language. That was literally
Oh.
the reason.
So it all just
like I
works
say, it's-
together and okay.
Yeah, it was more of one of those things where there was definitely a period when I first joined and whatnot, and I was more of just I was figuring out the game and whatnot.
Yeah.
Because to give you an idea of how quickly I got into the VR chat thing, I got my Rift headset probably sometime around Christmas, either the week before Christmas or the week after. And I would say probably 2 weeks into VR chat, I was then starting to learn sign language.
Right. So it just
and-
came in form.
And then here's the best part. Had a Rift headset to start off with, right?
Right, of
3
course.
months later, I got my first index.
That's insane. Was that by just
Yeah,
you
it
or
was
by your
that quick.
community? Like that helped.
It
pay
was
for
me.
It? Oh,
No,
just you.
I wasn't a content creator at all when I first started off in VR
Oh,
chat.
okay.
I didn't do any. I really didn't do any kind of streaming or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like I said, the reason why that I am even playing VR chat these
Right.
days is because of sign language. That's literally the reason why.
That's so unique because most people just come in here
Mm-hmm.
because they want to drink. And
No, I
just
mean,
talk.
well, there's a very
That's
big
amazing.
sign language community in VR chat. One of the first people I met, Tina, she was really big into ASL when it came to VR chat, and had a whole group of people that were doing
and here's the thing, the
because
only
it's really
reason why
surprising how
that
dexterous some of the fingers can be to make all the different signs.
Yeah, especially.
Mm-hmm. Well, the other thing too is I think the reason why sign language has become so successful in this game is that for example, one thing that like a lot of people notice, and just how the deaf community really noticed, especially during lockdown of COVID,
Yeah.
is that, you know, since it is a kinetic language in the sense where, like, you know, have to have something that's like you have to, you know, physically see it, obviously, to get it, you really understand it.
Yeah.
During lockdown, deaf people were heavily secluded when it came to that. And of course, during that time, you had a very big influx of sign language users and deaf users getting into VR chat because they discover, oh, I can use sign wherever I go in this game.
Yeah.
I don't have to type anything, because like most online games, if you think about it, Valorant, World of Warcraft, it's all typing
Yeah.
and whatnot.
Right.
And then you of course have the convenience of being in a voice chat and whatnot.
Of course.
VR chat is a giant chat box, a
Yeah,
kinetic
it's a
chat
social
box,
platform.
which is perfect for sign language. That's the reason why it's been so successful in VR chat sign language. It's amazing. I remember during the height of the lockdown and COVID and whatnot,
Right.
I was going to some sign language class, and there was a sign language class that Ray was hosting that had 60 people in it. It was
Wow.
crazy. It was crazy. It was the influx that happened during that time for sign language was way bigger than it was at any other time and whatnot. That I would say probably of all the communities that I know of in VR chat that had a really big boom during the COVID lockdown, it was sign language for sure. It was the sign language communities. Absolutely. I would bet $5 it's probably like one of the biggest communities that grew and whatnot in that time. So yeah,
Wow.
it was absolutely crazy. I remember during that time and whatnot, and of course when you're having a lobby of 60 people, this is 5 years ago when like VR chat wasn't really that optimized, to be honest
Yeah.
with you, and a lot of
We had
people
the
didn't
big-
really have optimized avatars.
Yeah, and we had
so
the big
that lobby
boxes,
was
the freaking.
that lobby was
Yeah.
a lag fest and a half. It
Yep.
was so, oh my gosh.
We didn't have the
And
avatar color
imagine,
stuff. well-
Imagine trying to use a kinetic language with lag.
Oh god,
Oh,
that's a
God.
nightmare. No, because
Yes,
it's
it
like
was-
you
it
go
was
like
horrible.
this, then
I'm pretty sure in that class, Ray had to hide everybody else's avatar. He had to. Otherwise, he was lagging the entire time. Because if you think about it, right? You're in a lobby of 60 people.
Yeah.
Okay. You're in the very front of the classroom, and you have to have all 60 people in your view to see you, so you can teach sign. So it's not like you could cheat and like, you know, hide half of the lobby so you don't lag as much or anything like that like you do in these bigger lobbies. No, it was all 60 people during a time where VR chat wasn't really optimized, that you
Yeah.
had to use a kinetic language with lag.
Right.
It was crazy.
But it's like
It was
almost-
a crazy time.
Yeah, because at that point it's
So-
kind of like counterproductive. Like you're trying to learn from other people doing the language and you can't do it. You're just like
hmm
2 FPS.
Well, it was great about the boom about all the influx of like, you know, sign language students during that time is I remember because of the lag issues and whatnot, a lot of the sign students were like, well, if the problem is lag so much and whatnot, they were discovering that, you know, a lot of the deaf people, you know, unfortunately they don't have high paying jobs because
Of course.
people don't want to hire them because they're deaf and whatnot, which is really
Yeah.
unfortunate. And so what they decided to do would be like, hey, can we buy computer parts for you? And so like the
That's
sign
based.
language community literally funded these super like computers of the time and what, like the latest
Top of the
graphics
line.
cards, all of that jazz and whatnot,
Yeah.
for not just like one sign language teacher. No, it was like 7 or 8 sign language teachers that they
That's
all
amazing,
gave
man.
these supplementary things for. Yeah, like I said,
love
when I say like it grew, it fucking exploded exponentially, and there was a worry for a moment where there was almost not enough moderators for the community, where they had to have like hearing people that like really didn't know too much sign language but understood just like social things and whatnot, to help moderate the Discord and whatnot. It was crazy. It was, oh my gosh, it was.
It's so
Oh,
cool
man.
seeing that communities work together to make things a reality when it was to them back then almost impossible, right? Because like you said, it's like trying to get a work or job when you have the disabilities or things like that, to be able to get some sort, if not any kind of income. And just people working together.
Well, especially
together.
during lockdown.
Oh, especially during lockdown.
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
no,
Like, especially
easy.
during lockdown. Like,
I mean,
lockdown,
it was-
good luck.
Yeah, like, I mean, people were on their laptops. They were doing school on there. I mean, shoot, DoorDash and Uber Eats were making a killing. VTubing was blowing up. Like, VTubing, oh my God. VTubing really started hitting up after COVID started going off. But it's
Yeah.
really, really awesome to see people work together for something like of that sort, and I love that about VR chat too, because VR chat is a gateway. And I okay, so I understand the whole aspect is that VR chat it can be a double-edged sword. One place, it's great, it can be very educational, and then the next, it could be very predatory, very evil. There could be some things that are going on.
That,
like,
that can go with anything that's going to have a community
that's just
behind
the internet.
Yeah.
Roblox has the same problem.
Yeah.
In fact,
Yep.
like all social
it.
platforms
Roblox, wow.
have
Any online community
Second Life.
has that, 100%.
Yeah,
Like-
even Genshin with the Master Wonderland that they just recently put into the game has voice chat. I literally said that to Midas.
I saw you quote tweet the one person or whatever. It was,
Yeah.
I saw that. I was like, oh.
Yeah, so I was like, you have to understand is that, like, it's funny because the voice chat's there, but the thing is that if you're introducing, especially like when it comes to things like Genshin Impact or games that are like under the age of 18, voice chat in a Roblox like, landscape that they've added, you're going to see some terrible things happen, whether even if you have filtered things or not, like filtered letters or wordings or whatever. You're still people are gonna find a way around that and cause people to try and find out where they are and then try and get to their home or to a place to meet up, and God forbid the terrible things that I've seen from especially Roblox. That just happens exactly like what Rob was saying. Is it happens at any social media platform, regardless of what place you're in or what.
Yeah, and a lot of that comes down to, like, we've had this discussion before, but
Yes.
like the parents.
Mhm.
The parents have to be aware of what their kids are playing, and like the first part about preventing this type of stuff from happening is the parents getting involved and knowing what your kids are playing, where they're going on the internet. Like,
Well, if you think about
know-
it too, right? The generation that is becoming very, very computer aware is pretty much millennials and whatnot at this point. So all the generation millennial and under is having that problem. The issue is that a lot of these problems stemmed from generations where the computer was being invented,
Yeah.
let alone where it is
Well,
right now. You know what
I
I'm
would
saying?
make the argument that most millennials know about this. Millennials are close to like 45 at this point.
And that's true, but what I'm saying, and as I'm saying, the problem now is that, like, they see the problem, but they don't know how to solve. Like there's no way that their parents
Taught them how to solve that problem.
It's a very
you know what I'm saying?
obtuse issue
Like,
to
you can't
solve.
expect,
Yeah.
like, for example, like a boomer to teach a millennial how to moderate their child that's on the internet.
Yeah.
Because the
Well,
internet didn't exist when they were growing up. You know what
Well,
I'm saying?
But that's not exactly true, because we were told growing up as millennials, don't talk to strangers, like, be
Yeah.
aware of the kind of stuff. That rule still applies on the internet. The
It does
idea,
still
though,
apply, yes, but the issue
idea,
is that a lot
that
of games are requiring you to talk with strangers so you can play the game.
Encouraging.
Yes.
Yeah.
But there's a difference between that and knowing when not. Like, there's a difference between blind trust and being cautious, but also working. Like, there's a difference between like a stranger collaborating with a stranger on a game in a cooperative manner versus some stranger saying, "Hey, send me pictures of yourself," and then being like, "Oh, well, it's a stranger on the internet. What's the worst that can happen?" Like,
Yeah.
that
Okay.
type of stuff.
see, that's
we,
only
we were
thing-
we were
that's
raised
something
up
that
knowing,
only
saying, "Watch out for
millennials
strangers." Younger
know how to
generations
teach.
aren't.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, younger
that's the thing.
generations, us millennials who are having kids, are not teaching their kids
Properly.
these lessons because they're
Yeah.
handing them the iPad and just saying, "Good luck,
Go have fun,
And then the
learn
next
for
thing you
yourself.
know, the iPad, this
Yeah,
kid's on
because the mother
Roblox.
and
They're
father
on-
have to
they're
work two
on-
jobs to afford the house that they live under.
And they're playing
because the
Geek It.
parents, because the parents
Yeah.
are working now more than ever.
because they're
God,
you know
that's
it's,
another can
everything's
of worms.
unaffordable.
So I just think
But
about
then,
Nikkei and
but
the.
now we're getting in.
Yeah,
now
yeah,
we're getting into
I
a political discussion.
Yeah, I don't
so.
know. One of the things
Yeah.
I was going to mention it because it's funny because like when you look at like age ratings, and I mean like it's always good when we talk and we have these discussions. It's good to know, even if it goes a little bit political, it's more so of kind of just a little bit in and then out, and that's something that just happens within
Yeah,
these
just
walls.
clicking it out,
As long as
clicking
we're
it out
yeah,
20-minute political
exactly. So when I mentioned about Nikkei is only I think was it 12 plus. Age rating or something like that, whereas
is
like
insane.
Uma Musume,
That is insane.
whereas
what the hell?
Uma Musume is 18 plus, because it's even though they're
Which doesn't make any sense.
because the thing, yeah, exactly, because our E ESRB ratings
Unless-
are like completely, utterly messed up and stuff like that.
Unless they consider it because it's horse racing. They don't
Gambling.
consider it gambling, do they?
No, they consider
do?
it gambling. Yeah, because it's considered horse
That's
racing. Because
why.
it's big in Japan. Horse racing in
Yeah,
Japan
that's-
is the
that's-
biggest thing. So
That's probably why then.
yeah, and the thing is that you're building up your horse to, win. And you go
Horse.
through horse, and then you have the gotcha system.
Horse.
You want to get a better horse so that you can do better and you have higher ratings, and so the kids will start getting into the parents' credit cards.
I
and
don't
stuff
need
like
a
that.
better. I don't need
Well,
a
like I
better
said,
horse.
but like,
I got
yeah,
gold
see,
ship
that's so
and enough bourbon
strange
to
because,
kill a
like,
man.
think of it this way, right? Why would Nikkei want to also keep their rating that low when most of the people between the ages of 12 and 17 don't have a job to pay into the gotcha?
Because
Like,
it has
Well,
enough.
because there-
That's one thing
there's
that
the-
never
it's
made
very
sense
easy
to
to
me
play
personally.
friendly.
It's,
Like,
it's gonna be here's what they're probably targeting. I think the 12 is just a bucket because I don't think the E ESRB has something for like 15 and up. I think
I
they
think
go
it's just
12 and
teen.
18.
It's T for teen.
Yeah, T for teen, but
Yeah.
like teen is 12
12,
12 and up is what they
yeah,
could say because
yeah.
13 and all that like that's kind of hand waved, but I think the idea is that they want to get the 15, 16, 17-year-old high school kids who are hitting like adolescence and going like ooh boobies, and those people will then go to their parents to say, hey, I need money for this game. The parents aren't looking at the game to see that it's some woman shaking her ass in front of the camera
Shooting their
firing a machine
gun,
gun.
yeah, literally, or
Yeah,
seeing like
so
their,
like
their outfits.
so they're
like I've
oh,
seen, they're very grand.
here's your
they're very
allowance for 50
revealing.
bucks, and then it's like they don't know that it's like basically him just like handing a 50 to a stripper and be like,
Yeah, exactly. Because even some of the costumes
So-
in the game are gotcha. Like they even added a gotcha to costumes, and that's why I don't like about that. But like that's the thing. It's like you give your kids something that they're able to just get. It doesn't matter what kind of E ESRB rating, because they're just gonna find a way to get to it and play it, and not having that type of like learning structure to teach them. When they're old enough, then they can play that kind of stuff, right? I didn't get into that stuff until I was like 23, because I was fully like in outside. I love going outdoors. I miss just going outdoors. Everyone's just so scared now to go outdoors these days. I don't blame them because
Well,
weather sucks.
and then there's me who works
I would-
outdoors for like 8 hours a day.
Landscaping, right?
I would also
Plant nursery,
don't-
but yeah.
Oh wow,
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Punching rosemary.
punching my salad. Sorry, that's an ASDF reference for anyone who knows.
Punching
Punching your salad. Ah!
Where is it? Where's the flavor?
Yeah, go ahead, Rob. Sorry. What were you gonna say?
I don't think there's really that many kids playing Nikkei. I'm gonna assume that like
Hopefully,
most kids are on
okay.
Roblox. Like most kids are on Roblox. Like
Yeah.
that's it.
Or
That's,
Minecraft.
That's the child sweatshop. Or sorry, Rcraft.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, but like the most kids are on Roblox because that's like the thing to do. You know, it was Fortnite and those kids aged out, and now like the younger generation is on Roblox.
Yeah.
And because Roblox is extreme, you can play Roblox on a browser. Like it's extremely
You
accessible.
can play VR chat
and it's all
on the phone now.
it's all driven by player made content.
Yeah.
And like that's why Roblox is so successful, because it's legally a child sweatshop basically, where you
Yeah.
have the children make the stuff.
Yeah.
They sell it on the marketplace, and I think Roblox takes like a 50% cut of
That's
all
crazy.
the money there.
Dang.
Oh yeah, no, it's an absurd amount. It's a huge cut.
Right. Well, I mean, kids can't even take that
I mean,
money.
I used
because they
to
have serve
work at Epic. I used to work at Epic, and I can go in depth about like how they tried to compete with Roblox with UEFN
Yeah.
and that debacle. But like, there's a lot of people who want
to try to compete with what Roblox is. Even
Yeah.
GTA is talking about GTA 6. One of the things they want to set up is this player-driven economy system
Right.
for like to support like a game that like in this day and age, like games as a service are unaffordable. Fortnite is losing money because they, you know, every game, even if it's like a live service game, has a definitive life cycle. And the cost of making assets to try to sell in the store gets you diminishing returns. The idea of
Yeah,
like,
you're,
oh,
like,
well, you need to
losing
give, we need to sell more things. We need to keep selling more and more things, and that costs more and more money to make.
Right.
Not only that,
Gross
but like, you know,
margins
if we're putting RoboCop or a Disney character or a Marvel character or whatever,
Honkai
then you
Star
start
Rail.
talking about then you start talking about lost royalties
Yeah.
of like how many people do you owe money to keep all the stuff in the game.
Yeah.
And then it becomes like you have a money pit that you can't get out of.
Yeah.
Because you're like, if the machine stops, we crash, but the machine is sucking money out of us and we're not getting any money out of it anymore. And like that's what Epic's running into, and that's what a lot of other games as a service are going to run into eventually, because a lot of these games have a
And then you have
finite
World of
life
Warcraft
cycle.
for 20 years and went without that problem whatsoever.
Yeah, because they have a subscription fee
Yeah,
of a defined player base, and they just do content every few months, as opposed to the idea of like, here's more and more outfits every week.
Yeah.
It's
the
the
same
idea
with
of like,
Costco.
it's like running
It's like running Costco or
a
something
casino.
like that, or casino.
It's
Yeah.
No, it's the idea. It's the thing though. It's the running a casino, but without the idea of the loot box. You're not getting a bunch of people throwing in money at the chance of getting something. They're
Right.
just
So
getting what they pay
it's,
for.
It's funny that you say this, right? Because what I always tell people, you're like, what is the reason why you're doing it in the World of Warcraft? I sit there and they sit there and go like, oh, because it has a subscription-based thing to it. And I go, okay, when you buy a game, okay, in the modern market, how long is it where you sit there and go, I'm not playing this anymore? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
like you were saying, some games just have a life to them or something like that. I would say like the average time that a person usually is able to fully enjoy a game is around like 3, maybe 4 months, at best like 6, depending upon the game and how much they love it. So I would say the average is between like, let's say like 3 months. Okay, let's just go with like the minimum.
Sure.
Okay. World of Warcraft subscription for $15 a month.
$15.
That's
Yeah.
$45.
Yeah.
That's less than the cost than the game that you just bought that only lasts you 3 months.
There's also the additional element there's the additional element here of why MMOs are different than a lot of other games, and why
Yep,
other
like Final
games
Fantasy
don't have
14.
subscriptions. Final Fantasy 14 has also been around for
A
a
long time
decade
now.
at this point.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
both of them, RuneScape is still around.
Yeah,
like, and
yeah,
that's
that's
older
true,
than
too.
that's older than both of them.
Yeah.
The reason why those type of games stay longer is because you're not just playing a match-based game. Like, no one's going to want to pay a $15 subscription for Halo, and that's because you're investing in a character and you're investing in the social aspect. It's the exact same reason why people will get VR chat subscription.
Yeah.
Because you're investing in a character that you're putting time and money into and building up and joining a guild and having friends. Like it is its own
Or even,
ecosystem.
I was gonna say, yeah, like
Yeah,
an
exactly.
ecosystem
It's its
with
own,
like a
it's
world
its own
builder when they
eco.
have.
It's its own eco and social system. It's a social platform that has the game as the main element. It's the same thing of like, you know, why you would pay a subscription fee for.
I was going to mention like Costco.
you know-
Like you go to Costco, you have to have a subscription fee to be
Yeah,
a
it's
member, right?
it's the benefits of it, but it's like, well, let's say it's more like having a subscription fee to like a golf club.
Yeah. Okay. I see. Yeah. Yeah.
You're
yeah,
there
yeah,
to play
yeah.
golf, but you're also there because a lot of your friends are there, and you want to hang out with them, and that's the thing to do. So like that's why that I would say is different when it comes to MMOs and how those things work, and why people are willing to put that kind of money in and get more value out of it, as opposed to something that's more match based or has a set story.
Right.
Because
actually-
the content goes on much longer, and there's a lot more stuff to do, and it's
It's
worth
actually
the
really
investment.
funny. It's funny that you mentioned about MMOs and that you tied VR chat into the whole subscription base and investing into a character. There was a post on Twitter I remember reading where somebody realized it was like, are most of the people that play VR chat just like retired MMO players? Like, is
It
that
really
what
is.
mostly VR chat is? And here's the best part. Tupper replied to that post,
Yeah.
and he literally said, yeah, about like half of the people who work at VR chat and whatnot, don't play Final Fantasy more or don't play World of Warcraft anymore. Like they're all from like an MMO background
stuff
and
like
whatnot.
that. Yeah, because
Yeah.
you can build these. The communities that you have in VR chat are able to build these worlds. So
Trevor
you
plays
can-
WoW, by the way.
Yeah, like it's crazy
I'm not sure
when
if
you
they
think about
still
it.
do.
You know,
but,
oddly
like,
enough,
yeah.
actually, I just applied for a job at VR Chat. So
Yeah, guys, you heard it first. Yeah, Rob's getting it. I'm so happy for you. on
I
that
mean,
one.
there's no way I'm gonna get it.
No,
I don't know anybody.
hey,
on the
hey,
team,
don't
but-
say, hey, not with that attitude. I don't want to hear that. Ugh. That's how. I'm so glad you two are actually getting along and talk. Like, Vel is such a wonderful person. I'm actually what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk 2 more questions and then we'll call because we don't want to go too long. One of the other things I wanted to talk about too, actually a fun little thing I like to do pretty much close to the end of our discussions.
Is
with
this the
people.
45-minute
is-
discussion on maids?
No. If you had a gun pointed at your head, what's your favorite movie?
I watch movies.
Have you ever? Okay, or if not, your favorite video game of all time.
World of Warcraft. How did you not
Yeah,
know
it's-
the answer
Not
already?
just well, I'm just saying it can't be just World of Warcraft. There has to be
Okay.
something before
What
that.
about
I
we?
played
What
WoW
about
for
we?
20 years.
Okay.
How is it not my favorite game?
Let's read the question like this.
Yes.
You're stuck on an island. You have 3 games and 3 films.
Yeah.
What are the 3 games? Obviously, World of Warcraft is
World of
definitely one of them.
Warcraft.
Assuming,
World
Yes,
assuming you,
of course. I was trying to make sure it was something else other than.
Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. 3 games, but you don't have internet.
Oh,
That's a good one, actually.
You can
Yeah.
play Monster Hunter Wilds without internet, so I guess Monster Hunter Wilds. That's the only game that I play that has an offline mode.
Oh, there you go. Now you're dead.
So it's
This could
Monster
be
Hunter Wilds, then I
anything-
guess.
No,
Yeah,
this could be
clearly,
anything you've
it
ever
doesn't have to
played,
be a
not
video
recent.
game.
Like it can
could be
be
outdoor
Oh,
sports.
anything I ever
PlayStation.
played.
It doesn't have to be a
Anything
video
you ever
game.
played.
Like it could also be.
Your 3 games that you've ever played
Checkers.
that you would.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That works.
Checkers is
Like,
up, yeah.
a game is a game. It doesn't have to be a video game, especially if you don't have internet. What else are you gonna do?
Goddamn
Not gonna be
Majima
World of Warcraft.
games.
Me, it'd be handball, checkers. Played so
If
much checkers
Blender is
and
on
cards.
Steam, does that count as a game?
No.
Also, you don't have Steam. You
Yeah,
can't access Steam because it's on the internet.
Oh, but you can access Blender
That's true.
when
it's
you
not
don't
a
have
game.
internet.
But it's not a game.
Wait,
Sorry,
wait.
you're dead. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
But Steam tracks
okay.
the hours. What do you
Did
mean?
you?
It has to be a game.
What was your first? Like, what was your first game that you ever played?
And it wasn't World of Warcraft.
Pokemon.
There you go.
Pokemon. It
So
was
it's
Pokemon
not
Blue
that?
on the Game Boy
Nice.
Color.
So it's really not. I know, like World of Warcraft is like your favorite thing, but I didn't think it was always going to be World of Warcraft. Like,
Well,
surprised you don't have any,
Warcraft, well, Warcraft celebrated 25 years recently, but World of Warcraft, at least I personally have been playing it for
I'm so
20 years. So I
just
started
surprised
playing
you don't
it
have any
when I
retro games you like.
was. So I started playing it when I was 15, 16. So when I was in, that would be what, beginning of high school?
So
Yeah,
what?
beginning
What
of high
Pokemon?
school.
What Pokemon game specifically? Like Yellow.
Pokemon Blue. That was the
Blue?
first. That was the
Yes,
first one. Pokemon
you
Blue
and me
on a-
both. Everyone used to
Pokemon
get
Blue
red
on a
because of
little-
Charizard.
Pokemon Blue on a little red Game Boy Pocket.
Okay, so you
that
know
was
what?
my first
Nice.
real system and game that I played.
So just because I
yeah.
had a
Yeah,
backup for this too.
mine was blue as well.
Just because I actually had a backup for this too, because in case it was going to be World of Warcraft. What about if you were isekai into another world?
Craft.
Who or what would you want to be?
Who or what would I want to be?
Yeah.
I think you might need more
If I got
context.
isekai?
So like, oh no, it could be literally anything. Like if you were
Well, I
Travis,
mean, what
like,
type of
completely, like,
world
a
are
guy-
you being isekai'd into?
Exactly. Like what would you be in that world? And tell in a description what you'd think if that were.
But-
okay. I mean, I
No,
honestly.
I'm
like,
asking. I'm
this.
asking. What is the? Is there a
this.
set world, or like what type of world would you want to be isekai'd into?
That's pretty
the
much
question.
yeah. So like me, for example, if I were to.
I mean, anything that's going to be like World of Warcraft. You know what I'm saying? Like old.
Damn it.
Old,
Me?
Old, like
I'm not
Very
gonna
much
lie.
committed to the bit.
Like,
Yeah, no,
anything
real.
game related. If it's like, what's your
Yeah, it
favorite
is.
aspect? What's your favorite thing? It's like it's gonna be WoW related. Like, why are you asking
Now I
these
just
questions?
imagine it's you as just
Damn it.
Ron Swanson just showing up to like some like MMO meeting. Just someone's like, "Oh, welcome to the MMO meeting." You're like, "I know more than you," and then just like
World
walking
of
away.
Warcraft.
Yeah.
I know more than you do.
Warcraft.
What actually, like for me, like if I were to
Where's the
isekai to
craft?
somewhere
Like I
I'm
was
else.
here
at
for the
my
craft.
dad used to work at Blizzard for 7 years.
Okay, here's a big question.
Yeah, no worries.
Do you play Horde or Alliance?
Alliance.
There it is. Tell us about your World of Warcraft character.
So
We know
the
their name.
character.
What are they?
So ironically enough, the first class that I picked in World of Warcraft when I first, booted up the game and whatnot was a Night Elf Hunter. That was what I first started off with, and that was on my brother's account because I wanted to try out the game and whatnot. And eventually got to the point where like my brother wanted to play it and whatnot, of course, and he didn't want me on this account. And so I went to my mom and be like, "Hey, can I have a World of Warcraft account? Like, can I have my own like account and whatnot?" And then that's when I made my paladin, and that was the character. So I have not. So not only have I been playing WoW for that long, I've played the same character that entire time as well. So I
Jesus.
have like a 20-year-old like year character
That's
on it.
insane.
I think if I did so there's a way that you can do if when you open up WoW, you can do like a /play which tells you the time that you've spent on that character.
Yeah.
I think my game time is like 2 years.
Yeah.
Like 2 years
Ooh.
the game was
Nice.
being played.
Wow.
Not like that. So over a 20-year period, I've played the game for 2 years.
Did you ever
So
play?
I have been in World of Warcraft for 2 years.
Did you ever play Guild Wars?
Nope.
Wow, I'm surprised that you never gave.
Never
that a
played
chance.
Guild Wars, never played Final Fantasy. The only other I have played like a few other like MMOs and whatnot. I remember playing like
Lord of the Rings.
Blade and
Online.
Soul for like maybe like a month or something like that.
Yeah.
But the only time that I ever, it's so funny because like people always say like, "Have you played this game? Have you played this game?" I go, "No, I play WoW." Because the only time that I ever play another game other than WoW is when WoW is like in a lull period where there's
Yeah.
nothing really going on, or I'm waiting for content to be released and whatnot. So usually when I'm not playing World of Warcraft, not able to play World of Warcraft, or
Yeah.
there's nothing going on in WoW, I'm playing then Monster Hunter Wilds, or I'm playing this, or I'm playing that instead.
Yeah.
Like you'll notice that a lot of like the big WoW streamers, when there's a lull in World of Warcraft, they then just play another game. Like
What
that's
about
just what they do.
what about gotcha games? Like I've noticed you've been playing like Girls Frontline 2.
Girls Frontline 2 is a more recent gacha that I've got into, but the first gacha that I really got into and invested into was actually Fate Grand Order.
Oh no.
Oh,
That was
yeah,
the
that's
that
it.
was the
no.
one that I got into
That's
first.
what it's about.
Yep.
Now here's the million
Yeah.
dollar question: Have you
Mhm.
spent money in that game?
Who's
Oh,
your
yes.
favorite
Oh,
wife
yes.
on Fate?
Nero Claudius.
Saber.
You know what?
Saber's
Close
second
enough.
favorite wife.
Close enough. Sorry.
Favor.
No,
Yeah,
that's too
Artoria
easy.
Pendragon. there,
Artoria
if you want to- if you
Pendragon.
want to be
Yeah,
specific
Artoria
to the
Pendragon.
character.
Nero
Which, so
Claudius
just the
for me.
classic one, or like Lancer, or Caster, or the
Specific,
one?
I would say, oh gosh, like specifically like tier wise, it's actually probably the OG version, believe it or not, and then
fair.
Lancer.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
fair. Yeah.
because
Lancer.
Lancer
Whew.
exists, there's a whole lot more fan servicey thing for obvious reasons.
Yeah, of course,
the
like how they
character.
made them.
Yeah,
Because
it's
they,
great.
they
But, like,
gender bend
but
a
the,
lot
but
of
the thing that appealed me
yeah.
about the
Yeah.
thing that appealed me about OG Saber is that it was probably one of the first successful games where the female advertising character was actually fucking clothed.
Yeah.
Like actually had like a decent amount of clothes on. It was actually
Yeah, no,
covered
it-
and not showing that much skin. It was a full
Yeah, she actually has an
female
outfit.
armored character one. I said, I
Yeah.
want to play that game.
Meanwhile,
Have
me
you
with
checked
the,
out?
Yeah.
What's your opinion on Berghest? Big night, big
Berghest?
blonde night lady.
Big Blind Night Lady, one of the Knights of the Round Table that was altered as a Fae. Yeah, they're a good character design. I know the artist and whatnot. I think the artist. I forgot what their name is. But I think
Is it Melon?
they're making like their own game of some of their OCs or something like that. It seemed
Oh,
to be
yeah.
like
Oh,
it
yeah.
appears
I know
on
you're
their like
talking- yeah,
feed and whatnot for
Melon.
me. But yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
no, I
think
love
they're
Melon.
making like their own game or something like that with their
Oh,
OCs
that's
that they've
cool.
made.
Oh yeah,
and
no,
drawn.
you always know it's Melon because They love melons.
Shoot, even what's it called? I was going to mention even Game Freak, when they've been doing Pokemon forever, has been making their own like a completely different game that's not Pokemon. Like what the heck? That's insane. But yeah, no. One thing that we also like to do.
I wonder what devil's bargain they had to make to get out of the Pokemon mines. From,
Real for that one? Yeah, no. That
yeah, because they've been making Pokemon for 30 years.
Yeah, I was gonna say 3 decades around that.
Yeah, so I wonder like what Faustine bargain they had to make when Nintendo got out of that.
Okay, so I got one final question, then we're going to open it up to the people in the stream if there's anyone who would like to actually ask a question to Velouria. So you mentioned about Pokemon was Blue. What's your favorite Pokemon game ever, like hands down, the one that you would want to go back to?
So the one, so I wouldn't say there's one that I want to go back to. But let me answer the question with this: is what is the which Pokemon game that I invest the most time into?
Sure.
That would be Pokemon X and Y, believe it or not. So actually, a more modern Pokemon.
Okay.
Believe it or not, is what I really started investing into, because I remember doing that, and I was doing like Pokemon like IV breeding and like
the
stats
EV,
and like
EV
making
training
teams
and stuff
and
like that. Yeah.
If you want me to get into a game, give me a theory crafting, like RPG, like some kind of niche RPG. Like the reason why the reason why I got into also Monster Hunter Wilds is that it's so funny, because a lot of people think it's like a Souls-like game.
Yeah.
In the sense of like you have to build a certain set and make a certain build and all of that jazz, and it's theory crafting.
Right.
Theory crafting has always been the thing that I've always liked to do, just like in any game. Like so of course when it comes to like first-person shooters and whatnot, I look at it and I go like, I want to be able to think. I just don't want to point and shoot. Like, can I at least think?
I want to feel like I'm doing something.
No offense to those players who play shooting games and whatnot. But it's just like
you can only
let me think into a game so I can get invested into it.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can only do so much with something simplified. There's a difference between simplified and oversimplified, and you want something that's gonna make you want to keep playing the game over and over. Like mine, Pokemon Platinum. Platinum was the one that I think that was the one that got.
I remember playing Platinum. Yeah,
Platinum was goated, and I think that was actually the first time that EV training became a thing was Platinum. I'm trying to remember exactly. But,
I think, Platinum was the last Pokemon that I played before I stopped.
Really going.
Platinum was the last Pokemon game that I played before I got into WoW.
You know what? Fair.
And then when I got into
Pokemon, WoW.
And then it was just like, and then of course I was on this WoW craze, obviously up until and still now, obviously.
No, yeah.
But then I remember then picking up back the Pokemon franchise with Pokemon X and Y, and that's when I really started playing into the game and whatnot. So
I went from Blue to Platinum, and then I played Pokemon Snap, but I don't really Pokemon Slap.
Well, here's the thing. I remember playing. I remember playing Pokemon Blue, and then I played Pokemon Yellow. Of course.
Oh yeah, that's right. Blue,
and
Yellow.
Then I played Soul Silver.
Oh, no.
After that, and then of course Platinum, and then that's when I stopped playing.
Right.
So yeah.
Who's in the chat? Platinum mentioned, heck yeah. Now, guys, again, if you have any questions for Velouria, we're opening up the questions to you guys, and then after that, we are pretty much done. And I want to tell you guys something really cool if you haven't already noticed.
Holy shit!
That.
Okay.
Yeah, right. The time flies again. It's Wiggly. Wiggly. I hope we got enough for you. But yeah, we'll give it about 60 seconds. If anyone doesn't say anything, then we usually like to either have Rob say one more question, or I'll throw one more in, or heck, even Val, if you want to ask us a question, sure, shoot, we can throw that in that before we end. So. For that last minute, while we are waiting for the chat to say a question that they'd like to talk to about you, this here, if you guys didn't already know, this is my new bar, Galaxy 2.0, made by the amazing Tanner. This is a planetarium bar. This is literally when you walk in, you're in an elevator. Of course, you have this has warning. Potential epilepsy, warnings, all that stuff to make sure that you don't cause any issues for yourself. You click it in, you go out, you're in a main, cool little sidebar where you're waiting, but then you go into this portal that kind of reminiscence of, a little bit of Doctor Who, a bit of VR Chat's old loading screen days of when you're loading in, and then you're into this place, which is not fully done, but we're giving you guys a taste of what's to come when this bar fully comes out. Tanner, for people who don't know, made the Dracula's Castle world here in VR Chat. If you haven't been there before, you should definitely give it a look-see, because it's absolutely phenomenal. Like, the first time I saw that
Oh yeah,
world,
no, we did an interview with Tanner and
Yep.
did a whole video on like that thing. So they should
episode,
go and watch that stream.
That was episode 3, because it was Zula was episode 2.
Yeah.
We did the first podcast, and that was episode 1, technically speaking. Then 2 was Zula. Then 3 was Tanner. Then 4 it was Zach, and now episode 5 with Vel. So.
Are you planning on having an official like release party to have people come in and check out the bar and have a stream for
I'm
it?
wanting to do something like that when we do get when we know for a fact that we have everything set, because that's something that I definitely want for, there'll be hiccups, and we'll have, eventually this world will evolve a little bit. There'll be, of course, more interactions with stuff. Right now it's just RP. There's no like the midnight bar kind of thing where you can do the thing like the game does. But we'll get there when we get there, and it's a completely nice place that we'll be using this for our future interviews for that.
It's a really nice world, I have to admit.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
mean,
pretty
like,
nice
you could
world,
look
I'm not
up
gonna
and
lie.
it looks like you could see like galaxies, and it's just like it has a scape of space. I love space. It's go to a planetarium, go learn stuff. It's important. Read.
What you need to do is have an Easter egg where, like, every 15 minutes in the world, you just have one of the Gladios balls just go across.
Oh,
into
space! I was thinking of something, well, not like that, but maybe a little cute little thing where you can find maybe my little Tipsy.
Or
model.
have your mascot Tippy.
Yeah, Tipsy.
Do
Yeah.
the whole space.
Oh, like that's a
every
cute
15
idea.
minutes.
Yeah. So we didn't have anyone in chat mention anything that they wanted to ask. Well, actually, Zavi, I guess we'll count you for the question. Do you play Yu-Gi-Oh, or have you ever played Yu-Gi-Oh before in any specific kind
Yes.
of? Yes. Okay. Okay.
I played. Well, I collected Pokemon cards during the Pokemon craze and whatnot, and then I invested into Yu-Gi-Oh and whatnot. Do I still
What
do
archetype?
that anymore? No.
What was your archetype?
No.
No, you didn't like
I
Red Eyes,
played
Blue
Yu-Gi-Oh,
Eyes, Dark
like-
Magician, like those type of archetypes.
I didn't play those. The kind of deck that I played really was what
Like a
I
rogue
like
deck?
to be deemed. I like to call it a beat down deck, where it was
Oh, yeah.
like it was all
Beat
monsters
sticks.
that had really high attack
Yeah,
and
beat sticks.
not that much defense, and had like
Right.
crazy.
So a glass cannon
can't
deck.
use trap cards, can't use magic cards. Destroy this card specifically.
Right,
Like,
okay,
use
yeah.
a lot of these cards that are now pretty much like banned in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah,
I would imagine at this point.
Yeah, well, some of the cards that got banned have come back, like Mirror Force and Harpy's Feather Duster, and like the classic ones. Of course,
Yep.
Pot of Greed will never come back in
Monster
our lifetime.
Reborn.
No. Monster Reborn's back. Yeah, no, that
Yeah.
that one's kind of back and forward.
Yeah, it had all those kind of things. It was just more of just like summon this thing. I'm going to kill your monster. I just want to
get out of here.
Get this over with.
Now it's all
Like-
complicated, and now you can beat a person within like literally one turn and do like all these moves in like 10 minutes, and you're just like, for just one turn, can I get my turn? Like, it's gotten to that point
Yeah.
where I just gotta give up on it. Woost actually has one more question for you. Have you played any 3DS games? If so, which is your personal favorite? So we'll just say minus Pokemon.
Oh, actually, yeah, no, it wasn't Pokemon.
Okay.
It's actually really funny that you bring this up. It was Monster Hunter.
I was just about to say
Monster Hunter.
because
Monster Hunt. It was specifically Monster Hunter 3, and the flagship monster of that one
yeah.
was Logicross and whatnot. So, which was introduced in Wilds. So, like, when I was playing Wilds, when I was like, oh man, this game is like so cool, but I didn't know like any of these monsters.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know like look at them. So people are always like, man, I wish this monster would come back. I wish this monster would come back. And then when they announced like when they announced Logi, and I was like, yes, I know him. He's from work.
When you shout it, it's like the Leonardo DiCaprio meme from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He's like, that's me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that one.
Well,
Yeah, but like, so that's why, like,
Yeah.
that's why when Logi came out, I was like, all right, no, I'm really gonna invest myself into Monster Hunter Wilds one, because that was the very first game that I got into. And you know what's so funny? I still have my 3DS, and I still have my
Good.
Monster Hunter game. I
Good.
think.
I used to
So,
have a
yeah.
Game Gear, and then the capacitor broke, and I sold it. I had it for like 15
I almost
years.
want to. I'm really tempted to find the power cable for my
Do it.
3DS
Do it.
and boot it up and see if I can.
Yeah, do
see if
it.
I can find like the charging cable, buy one or something like that,
For
and
sure.
charge and boot up that thing and see where I got to in Monster Hunter 3.
By the way, one more thing.
I really want to
before
do
we
that.
Go too. Congratulations on the accolade. You got that big, because that's a Monster Hunter thing, right? Was it? It was like
yeah,
a
it was
golden-
called. It was for completing the quest to prove a hero, where you had to fight 4 10-star monsters,
Which are
and
the
whatnot, from
hardest-
start to finish.
and they're the hardest monsters.
Yeah,
in
so
the game,
put it this way: the hardest monsters that were released so far were all 9 stars.
Yeah.
And then they dropped this like the next level of difficulty.
Yeah.
And immediately all the players are like, "Oh shit, this is now hard."
Well, yeah, of course, it's end game, right? You got to give something for the players to have if you've got the best gear.
Well, no, here's the
right?
thing. No, this isn't. This is like there's still an expansion the game has to release yet.
Oh.
This is like even like so yeah. So like people are like, wait. So if we're here, what's happening here?
So here's the big thing too. Would you? There is no MMO for Monster Hunter right now. Like, would
well,
you
no.
ever-
Well, believe it. No, a lot of people forget that Monster Hunter is an MMORPG. You know that, right?
Oh, I
It's
was
an
just thought it-
MMORPG.
Oh, because
Yeah, it was. Yeah, in the recent like Game Awards and whatnot, it was in the MMORPG category. Or no, not MMO, but in the RPG category.
Yeah, it definitely is an
Yeah.
it definitely is an RPG.
It feels like
Yeah.
it in a way to me. Like as someone who's like a new person going into it. I don't get me wrong. I played a little bit of Monster Hunter, or whatever. But like when I played Wilds, like when you go into the camps, right? It's just there's all these people that you didn't see. It's like there's like a region or something like that. But when you go outside, you're only like focused with like what limited to 4 people. Like a squad,
Yeah.
right? So when I'm thinking MMO, I mean it goes like outside of like that too. Like if they were able to exist that kind of structure,
You see
it'd be
that?
really cool.
I see what
But-
you mean by that, but
yeah.
like when it comes to me, when you play World of Warcraft and whatnot, you don't like you see some players out and about
Yeah.
and whatnot, but you're mostly also hanging out in like the big hubs,
Yeah.
waiting to get into a group to go into an instance and whatnot. So
Right, right.
I viewed that kind of thing of more of like, oh, I'm in the grand hub, in the main thing,
Yeah.
like in the main city of World of Warcraft, whatever that currently is and whatnot, and I'm waiting to get into a group to go into a dungeon.
Well-
and the dungeon is the open world.
Either way,
You know what I'm
congratulations
saying?
on
Of
getting the
Wilds.
hardest accolade
Yeah.
in the game. Good for you, my friend.
I was so happy. I had.
Yeah.
I have to admit, I actually had some help with it and whatnot. I actually, ironically enough, I did it with ADC. ADC plays Wilds. So.
Oh, shoot!
EDC?
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, another popular VR chat player too. With
Yeah, I
the
play with them every
Trent
once in a while.
That's cute. That's actually
Yeah.
really awesome. But yeah, Val, thank you for hanging out with us tonight.
Thank
It
you.
was absolutely amazing.
Yo.
I'm glad that you actually got to chat with Val.
Thank you
it was
for
great
having
getting the chance to meet with you.
Absolutely
Yeah, same here.
amazing.
Yeah.
And again, when this world comes out, go ahead and check it out. I'll update you guys through my Twitter. But one more thing too, Val, because we want to make sure that people know what you do and where can they find you.
So you can find me where I am the most active is going to be on my Twitter, which my Twitter handle is Velouria_Yoshev, which is spelled YOSHEV. And then Velouria is just how it is, kind of, I guess, in your ats of your Twitch title and whatnot.
Of course.
I also have a Blue Sky as well that I try to post what I try to cross post from Twitter over onto Blue Sky as well. And then on Twitch, you can find me at Velouria_VR.
Perfect.
But yeah, so.
And then with you, Rob, if people have just decided to watch this episode and haven't watched the previous ones, where can they find you?
I'm Rob Bob K on Twitter, and then that's it.
It's it. All right.
I have a Blue Sky that I try to post on, but it's the same. It's same name. Mostly just hang out with this goober. So if anything, if folks want to follow me, you'll probably see me around this nerd.
Yeah, and then you guys know where I am at. I'm in pretty much everywhere. I'm actually on Myoshi now. Mari gave me an actual invite link to it, so I actually have a Myoshi account there. You can find me at Midnight
Myoshi?
in VH. Yeah, I'm on there.
What's
it's like
that?
it's VTuber. It's a VTuber MySpace.
Oh,
And
nice.
it's really, really cool. It's cute, and you can do a lot of
You know, oh yeah,
customization stuff like that too.
I heard about that. I heard somebody else was like trying to send me send me a link to it. I was like, I don't have a like I'm not a VTuber,
Yeah.
so this is wasted on me.
Yeah, I mean, maybe eventually when you become big VTuber yourself, you decide to do a little bit, then
That's
yeah,
it.
you'll get it. I'll invite you.
Yeah,
just
when
for
I
me.
when
Okay,
I get
got
the
you.
John Wick outfit and I become big tube.
Heck yeah, with that. I love what you got in there. And again, also I gotta say thank you to Neo for helping record the video, help out, and of course Wiggly Piggly VRC, who's going to be editing what you're seeing right now coming up. And what do you know? I didn't get a B-side.
Nope.
The whole time. See what I mean? I just had to restart and it just fixes it. I'll figure that out in another time. But yeah, guys.
Yeah,
Val?
yeah,
Val?
yeah.
Val.
Yeah.
Here. Val,
Oh,
you
don't
there?
you
Val?
don't you do that. God, don't you dare. I'm already PTSD with my entire visor freeze, and I'm like looking at my computer, I'm like, shit.
Cross on the blue screen now. Blue screen.
Boom. I know that. All right, well, guys, again, you can find me at Twitter at MiddenVal. I also go by Midnights of Valhalla over on YouTube. You can find everything through my link tree that's going to be down below in the comments. And I'll have both, of course, Rob and Veloria's handles down below in the descriptions. And thank you again. Well, hopefully we get to talk more. And tune in a couple months where we will continue more. I will announce the next one when we get a chance. Keep an eye open, especially on my Twitter. But if you want to check out my Discord, which most of my activity is there, discord.gg/MIV. And as always, my name is Midnights in Valhalla. I'm the owner of the Midnight Bar and VR Chat, Twitch partner, variety streamer, and first-generation virtual market ambassador. Wishing all of you a good night and drink responsibly. And we will see you next time for Just Before Midnight. Have yourself a good night and take care, guys. Bye-bye. Bye, everyone. All right. And we're good. Cool.
Did it? We saved the
All
city.
right, cool. Can I fart now?
Go.
Do it.
Don't worry, it'll go into the ether. Yay.
That is a crazy ass ending to put on. Like I just turned off the recording right as
Can
you
I
did that.
fart now? Can we put that in post? I hope Wiggly puts that in post. We're gonna put that in
Can I
there.
just blow a hole in my pants right now? I've been holding
Yes.
it for hours.
All right, guys. Well, now that we're just on the streaming side of things, I'm not going to be staying on for too long because I know in like 2 hours, Resident Evil 9 Requiem is going to be launched, which is, I know a lot of people are excited to play. I have the game. I'm actually going to be playing it as well. I know the that fishing world too in VR chat, the one that everyone's it's taken the little VR chat world by storm. That's getting
I've been
wiped.
trying to like the past 2 hangout sessions. They've only been fishing, and I have like all these worlds lined
And
up
it's
that I wanted to
getting
show. but
wiped
instead
for
just-
1.0 in the same day that Resident Evil Requiem comes out. So everyone's gonna be able to get over there and do the fishing again, because that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna give you a hug. Come
Fish.
here. Oh yeah, come on,
Wow,
come on up
midnight.
here. Come here. Come
Wow,
here.
midnight.
Climb up. There you
midnight.
go. There's
It'll
the.
work out midnight.
Tiny.
Look at. Oh
Literally-
my God,
literally
it's
tomorrow.
Neo,
We'll
guys.
work out midnight.
Look, you might have seen Incognito Neo in the chat earlier. This is this goober right here.
Hello.
Can we get some?
Just
Can
tell
we get
us
some
about
love
you-
in the chat?
Tell us about your Ruby character.
No.
No. All right, let me give you a hug.
Her
Come
name's
here.
Texture. She's
Come
based
here.
on the Gmod textureless.
I'm the missing
Come here.
texture
What?
from
Oh,
the
Gmod.
missing
I
texture.
love
She
you.
touched you and your
I
skin
hope you had
disappears and
fun.
you die.
I know you were nervous.
Oh,
and stuff
absolutely,
like that.
yeah.
I actually had
Hell
a
yeah.
whole bunch more. I could have I had one about because I know you mentioned about like the ADHD. Like you
Well,
were
it's
you had
cool
a
you're getting
whole
back into
list
it, at
of
least.
a whole post. It was a
It is
long
not
post
by choice,
about the
Rob.
suffering
Well,
from
who's dragging
ADHD.
you in
I'm just
there?
I was even going to
around
mention
more
like what do you
movie
do
people
to help
often, so I'm
with
like,
it, or
eh.
people to
Is-
tell people
is
how
this
to
Steve's
learn
doing? Is
more about
Steve
how to
knows
help
this?
deal with
Thankfully, no.
like theirs. I
Steve
know it's
doesn't know.
different
Don't let him know.
from
Mhm.
things, but
Don't
usually
tell
generally, yeah.
Oh
So-
Don't tell him.
no!
He'll be so
Oh.
I guess I have to visit you again.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
no,
no.
let's throw in that one because it's very important. Because I mean, like a lot of people, of course, like
Trying just to
I know some friends
recalibrate.
that
I think
have
instead
suffer
of
from
doing the
ADHD.
leg,
ADHD isn't like
the
you
leg
know, not like
distance thing, I think I
a
just
rare
need to
thing.
just
It's very
reposition them
uncommon,
and then
like
we're good.
and so I wish I could, but that's what happens when we yap. And everyone in the chat right there, right in the camera, like absolutely. I mean, just. Shoot, that was so cool watching. Like, do that with show that to the chat about your
I like
the
internally screamed a few
the
times. I thought
dissolve
the
thing.
recording
Yeah, look at
stopped
that.
At some points, and I was like, oh,
Isn't that cool?
panicked.
Isn't that
Everything
sick?
works smoothly.
Also,
again, so-
That's how it goes off, and then
The
it goes
other,
back on.
the other question I was
good.
going to mention to you as well that we didn't get a chance to put in the VOD. Do you remember how we first met?
We met in a drinking world, didn't we?
I think it was like a drinking world, or it was actually when you had your birthday, and I think you messaged me and you wanted to ask me if I could
right,
join.
right,
Yes.
right, right, right,
Yes,
right,
yes,
right,
and you were
right.
nervous-
Yes,
and
you
you
met
were
me on my
nervous to-
birthday.
Yes.
In the what was the world with Rod rolling
It was with the big. It was
as
yeah.
the
It was
DJ.
no, because
Yeah,
it was
with
where we
annoying
had-
machine.
Yeah, it was.
right?
There was a big giant
Yeah.
cake in the park, and you took a picture of
Yeah.
that, right? And that's when I joined, and you told me.
Yeah,
you were
no, yeah,
so
it was Mr. Dummy's birthday world and whatnot. Yeah,
and you were and you told me how nervous you were of meeting me, and I was like, you don't have to be nervous about it. I'm like everyone else. But like it was, it's funny enough because I think if I remember correctly, even I was nervous because I've known you before you wanted to ask me to go to your birthday. And invite me, and I was like, oh, that's amazing. I'm like, okay, I got to make a good first impression. I'm you know, because you have a lot of
I always find it hilarious. I always find it hilarious how people were like always nervous to approach me.
Yeah.
And now that I've done like social media stuff and whatnot,
Yeah.
I am starting to notice people in the corner of my eye that are trying to approach me, and I'll be
Yeah.
like, you know, it's gonna be their learning experience for them. I'm just gonna wait until they come up to me and whatnot. There's been times though where I do catch people and they take too long, and
Yeah.
I just go up to them and be like, "Did you want to say hi to me?"
I think you almost did that with me, but you had so many people around you.
There's a few people where I like it's mostly people that I know are creators and whatnot that I notice are trying to approach me that I do that to and whatnot because just to like break this like the norm when it comes
Yeah.
to those kind of like interactions and whatnot.
I'm always
But yeah.
people
Yeah,
see me as just
man.
like
It-
JML,
it's on
right?
the
Like
list,
yes, we
no matter
own the
what.
Midnight
I've
Bar.
just
Yes,
been,
you know
like, as you know, I
he
was,
worked
like,
on it
really
for me
slumped
to
on,
like
making
for my
anything for,
stuff,
like, a
right?
few hot
But when people
months,
know
and
me,
then-
oh
No,
my
I totally
God,
get
you're
it.
Midnights in Valhalla.
Yeah,
You're
I mean,
the
just-
owner of that
obviously,
popular
it's just
world
right now,
everyone
like,
goes
it's
to.
against,
But
like,
no,
Blah
where is it?
blah blah. I'm like,
Where is it?
dude,
Yeah,
I'm
how-
just
where do
some
we need
dude
to
who
take
just
pictures
wanted a
together?
place so people could
Like,
chat, and
yeah.
I
Do it
like
when-
the
do it
game
when you want to.
that I try to make it aim to.
Yeah, man.
And of course for my streams. And so like also
I'm gonna
by the
talk
way,
shit
everyone
about
in the
it.
chat,
Back into
Mr.
it.
Dummy,
at that.
NL, it was nice. Thank you so much for the raid
Emotional
earlier.
ones.
Thank you so much.
No, I get it. You know,
Queen
Oh, he
Stardust.
raided you? I didn't know
Yeah,
they did that.
Dummy raided me
yeah.
while we were having
Oh,
the
okay.
the
I'm gonna
one-on-one.
talk with
And then also
damn it.
JJ, thank you for the tier
Don't
one,
remember
and
his
again
name.
Rad for the
the guy
prime.
that's been doing all my avatar stuff to put
And
a
thank you
bunny
also,
suit on Lucy. I
Mr.
just gotta
Dummy,
go
for
to
the
booth
follow,
and find one
and Starbun
that,
for the
like,
follow,
kinda
and Wishhold
matches.
16
To be
for
fair,
the
I mean,
follow,
no use last
and
names.
follow,
um,
yeah.
So,
FYI,
Yeah, it's good. I
FYI,
mean, like, it's just
Starbun
like-
is.
Hmm.
Oh, hello.
messing with, like, textures and
Hello,
stuff and
how are
There you go.
visuals,
There you
but-
go.
Welcome to the
I just gotta look
stream.
at Zoom for stuff and see if there's anything
See, even
that's
when-
anywhere.
I mean,
You-
yeah.
you're still in your stream mentality of like just mannerisms.
I might do like cross-hatching over
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but no, the reason why I was about to mention is
like, it doesn't have to
one
be
thing that
efficient,
I don't know
like,
if
the
you know that
crosshatch
like if you want to know
looks
like
really good on
my
the
relationship with like Ray is
I think
Def
that's
and
what I do, the
whatnot,
crosshatch,
I've
like,
actually
the down-
met
dark
Ray is
brown
Def
sides.
like IRL. I've met them like in person, in real life and
I
whatnot,
think just, like,
which is a really cool
all
experience. The other Def friend that I visited though
Yeah.
is Starbun, who's in the chat.
Oh,
So I've also met them IRL as well. So yeah.
God, you're
Mhm.
so famous. I
So
wish,
yeah.
I wish you did because I don't think I asked. Did you ever go to TwitchCon in October?
No,
Oh,
I
okay.
have no.
Damn
no,
it.
It's that's gonna be a goal and whatnot. It's probably not gonna happen this year because
know what?
the other thing too that's happening in this year is BlizzCon.
So
You're
much
going to BlizzCon?
But I don't think I'm gonna go this.
Okay.
I'm not gonna go to BlizzCon unfortunately.
Well, you know
no.
what? You
I
take
got
my
real
coin.
meetups, what the-
I'll be
Now you
hanging
went
out
to
in,
TwitchCon.
chat, later for
Did I
Resident
ever show
Evil.
you that?
Should be
Oh,
releasing
yeah.
that.
What?
Oh my
No.
God! Don't do that. That trend that people making those emotes, and then Twitch was like, no, no. So people who don't know, I actually have an official TwitchCon San Diego coin that you can only get if you went to the VR Chat IRL meetup.
Cool. All right.
And
Have a
I
good
got
one,
that.
man.
I
Thanks
met
for joining me.
Tupper
Thanks for helping out.
and some of the dev
Rated-
team
rated
there.
is
I also
not
met with
our
a couple
rated,
of
you
other
know,
people
it's,
there too,
yeah,
like
it's a
different
Buyu.
language
I
version.
met Buyu over
Yeah.
there, which was awesome.
You're gonna
Oh,
put
it's
that in
for
That name sounds familiar.
Buyu did that a long time ago. Do you remember the Bob Ross world, the painting one? That was like I think the OG original like painting world. It was
Oh,
like, yeah, it's
okay.
like my name is
Follow him on
Buyu and
Twitter,
welcome to
and
my world.
follow
Every time you
me
like
back.
joined
I
in it,
remember.
and Buyu used to make
Tina?
a whole lot of worlds way back when we
No,
had the
Raised up.
the
Yeah,
big,
raised up.
tag
The
or
old school
yes,
nameplates.
banners,
Yeah.
nameplates.
Okay. Okay.
So
Posted on the VRChat
I
and
bumped
stuff.
into Buyu there, and I gave him a
This is
hug.
annoying, but I-
And then I
Well,
met a couple other people like,
They're like
wait a minute, you're the
Blake
Midnight Bar owner?
avatar.
Like, hi, yeah. And then
Yeah,
like,
they
they
have
were
a
like,
really
oh
nice
shit.
Ruby Blake
And then I got
avatar.
to meet some really cool
And they
people, and I got
do-
to meet
they do
Tupper.
a
I
lot of,
even
like, sign
asked
language
them
stuff, and they did, like, the
a
whole
question
questions
where I'm
stuff
like,
at one
can we
point
get a
during, like,
search
the
bar
stream and stuff.
function
I think I've
for
seen 'em a couple
favorite
times. They did, like, the big
avatars?
Ruby hangouts
Because
back
we
in the day.
have like 500
Yeah.
favorites when you're in VRChat Plus, and even if
Cool.
I have a
Back
whole
in the
bunch,
ancient
sometimes I
times.
completely forget where my one avatar I put in my 6 other folders there are, and I
Cool.
appreciate you guys added more
take care, man.
worlds into
Yeah, no
the
bounce.
favorites list now. You got like
As
6 more.
as a VRChat photographer,
Yes.
I
Oh.
was so
Yes.
happy when they added the extra list for VRChat
Come here,
Plus.
come here in the chat,
So-
or come here over here in the camera real quick. Okay, Rob
Neo's heading
and
out.
Neo, come here, Neo, come here. Give me a hug one more
Oh
time.
my
Am
god.
I- you get Ghost. I
Hello.
love you. Nyah.
Bum, bum, bum,
All right, thanks for helping
bum.
out. Go ahead and send. I already paid Wiggly his money, so he can edit the stuff and whatnot. So just send it over.
Hell
when you get
yeah,
a chance,
good.
okay? All right, and Rob, I will see you soon. And like I said, look, I didn't.
Yeah.
See, it's weird. I guess I just have to restart my computer every time I play VR chat. Yay.
well, sometimes
Yeah. Don't you? I see you wiggling around. Shut up. I don't want to hear that from you. And with Neo, bye. I love you. I hope. I guess you're gonna be playing. I know you're joking too. I can see you moving. Are you gonna be playing Resident Evil Requiem as well, or?
Yeah, I'll be in Azula's chat at midnight, and I'll be doing it there.
You say. All right. Yeah.
What are you doing here? You preloaded it?
Yeah. I already pre-installed it. I'm ready to go.
I'm already at the RBD station.
Shoot. Wait, huh?
I have it right there. It's on the side.
Oh god damn it, man!
Why don't
go.
you? Well,
Yeah.
aren't you?
I'm almost done. I'm like literally like 30 minutes.
Wait,
I'm
are
gonna chill
you-
with Chat for a little
What
bit.
time zone are you in?
Eastern. It's 10:06.
Okay, you're in
p.m.
the same.
Eastern.
Okay, yeah. 'cause
Also, don't forget, guys.
why don't you
daylight
just
savings
fly to
time.
Vancouver real quick and then download it and then come back?
Oh, whatever. I can whatever. I can do
Easy.
it doesn't. I've got good internet. I got like 1.5 gig speed. Yeah, I got some super fast internet. So
I'm
I'll
gonna
get that
chew
done.
your cables.
No, don't shoot my cables. I just bought those. Anyways, I love you. I love you. Go do
All
your
right.
thing. And yeah, guys,
You
go
folks
give some
have
love
fun.
to Rob. All right, everyone in the chat, can we get some hearts in there for Rob and Neo too? Okay.
Just wait. As soon as the outfits, I can send you some works in progress, but we got
Sure.
the belt and everything on it.
Yeah.
And we're working on getting the jacket so that she can hold it up like what John does.
Oh hell yeah. Oh yeah.
So,
Right. Mhm, the
Hold like to
bulletproof
protect his head, like the
Mhm.
shield.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool.
So it's getting there.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye. Take
As always, an honor and a privilege.
Hey, same here.
All right.
Good to see
You
you.
folks have a good one.
Yeah. Take care, Rob.
Bye bye.
Well, you know what? How long do you have? Do you want to stay for a little while longer and chat, or do you? Gotta
I
go
am fucking dying in this hot room. and
Okay,
I-
okay. Because you don't understand is that there's some people in the world I love to talk with. One, it's Midas. I love talking to Midas, and two, it's also this goober. I love talking to Val. Val is so much fun to talk with, and we could have gone. You guys in the chat, I've been watching the chat go the entire time, like how much like everyone was like. I do apologize if I couldn't respond to your messages because we were doing the YouTube video for the Just Before Midnight one-on-one. So yeah. So now that I'm able to I'm reading it right now. Ray, it's good to see you too. Thanks for being here. It was still funny about the sign language thing because that happened. Funny enough, I did that too, and then it had. This is the second time. This is the second time this has happened because I completely forgot that was what that meant. And so that was like, oh wait, I remember you doing this. And then,
I saw you too, like
You're
doing
like,
it. and I
"He's
was
doing it
like,
again.
"Oh my
He's
fucking
doing it
God.
again."
I'm gonna drop this atomic bomb live on stream.
And I did me too. I was like, well, Rob was doing it too, and then everything else is just like falling apart. But like, what I will say though is, again, guys, please go. And we already had a shout out for you. Over on my stream, so you got one out there. I mean, there's also in my title as well. I'm not gonna keep you because again, you said your room is hot, and I don't want to make you.
Are you still gonna be streaming for a little bit?
Probably maybe 20 minutes ish or something like that. Because to be honest with you, I mean, That's usually when I'm here. I'm in
If
the
you
bar.
want someone to still chat with, I can hang out for those last 20 minutes. If you want to interact with chat, I could just hang out here and
Yeah,
whatnot. If you just want
sure. I
somebody
mean,
to
guys,
chat
would you
with.
like
I'm okay with that.
waiting for an ad break?
I mean, go
Chat.
to like the restroom real quick and whatnot.
Chat,
But
do you
other
think you
than
can
that,
give?
I'll come back.
Do you think you can get a sub in for Mr. Dummy, please? A good friend of Vel's. Thank you. Yeah, we got one. There you go. Thank you. So, who was it? Who was it? I need to know. I got to know. Who was it? It was Common. Thank you, Common, for giving that tier 1, Mr. Dunny. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Heck yeah. And also, enjoy the Valhalla emotes. Speaking of Valhalla, I sent you the pixel art of my OC, right? Did I show you? Did I not?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
Here's the thing: if you're asking an ADHD person if they remember
I
something,
have a
they're
girlfriend
not
that also
going
has
to.
ADHD, autism. Yeah, she calls herself a AAA battery, so sometimes I forget that. I'm so sorry, hon. I love you so much. Here, let me see if I can get you the Let me see.
People
if
come
I
up
can...
to me and they're just like, "What did you have for breakfast?" And I'm like,
Oh, I didn't
Did
show
I
you. I
have
am a terrible friend.
breakfast?
God damn that picture. God damn, that is amazing. Your outfit tastes are. Let me show you.
oh, I thought you were talking about your pixel,
No,
not the picture.
no,
that I sent you
no.
that I
I'm not
posted.
that much of an egotistical. Shut up. Get off of my own OC. I know some of my viewers
Oh my
have done
gosh.
so. I mean, come on, she's hot. I get it. Let me. I mean, I have a body pillow, which by the way is almost done. I have a new body pillow coming up. Here you go. Boom.
Oh, that is pretty.
Yeah, and guys,
Ooh.
this one that I'm showing Vel, I will show it off when it is done. It's almost finished. This was that I sent to Vel. This was $30 American, and it's also going to get animated.
PNG tuber.
I mean, it'll be my reaction image, but I can turn it into. I did say in the VGen.
Fuck it, make it a
Yeah,
PNG tuber.
Yeah, I mean, at that
Fuck
point,
it.
I might as well.
Dude,
I already talked to
go
him.
for it. It looks amazing enough
Enough to make into a PNG
Dude, it's 30
tuber and
bucks. I showed
whatnot.
it to Casa, my main artist that does my 2D stuff. I showed it to him. He's like, "That was $30. What the fuck?" Like you can find some gems on VGen and stuff like that too, right? Like you can get some. To be honest with you, Brix needs to BRAX, by the way, if you want to check out their art on VGen. They do Valhalla specific pixel art from what I've seen. So yeah, and they also do they do spicy too. So if you want NSFW, they also do NSFW. That is completely up to you if you want that. And yeah, it came to, I think it was like 54 Canadian, which is equivalent to about 35, I think ish. So, but still, usually when you see something like that, it usually is like what, a couple $100 or even more for something that detailed and animated. And like
I would say more like maybe 70 or 80 or something
Oh,
like
I've
that.
seen some that
well,
go for
well, here's the thing. It's a waist.
Up. It's not a full body.
yeah, no. But some
So
of the
I would
stuff
say
that
like
they have
full
done,
body. So for
Yeah.
like for a waist up, that's a good price.
Yo, Tanner.
for $30.
Actually, Tanner's in the chat. Hey, Tanner. Yo, buddy. Map is running
Hello,
good,
I
dude.
don't know who you are, but
He's the one who made this
hello,
world.
I guess I say hi to you. Huh?
He's the one that made this world. It's
Oh.
amazing. Yeah.
Hi.
have
Did
you
you see
never-
the picture that I posted and that I made in this world?
Yeah, I'll
What?
go and retweet it. You have you been to the Dracula's Castle world? The Castlevania one?
Yes, I remember going to that world on your birthday and
Standing
Yes.
on your head on stream.
That is also him. Yes.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah. So yeah, Tanner, this was great. The lighting was great. We were able to like work with it fantastic. So thank you very much, Tanner. Which is, by the way, guys, again, Zaf. 7. Can we get another sub for Tanner too? Get him the VIP is there, but it does not replace ads, which, oh God, I can go into so much more about what they recently decided to consider about ads, and if you're tapped out while an ad is playing, yeah, Twitch. I don't know. Have you been caught up with it at all, or no? It's been since.
I think I saw you retweet about that, and I do that.
Thing is, though, like for me, here's the thing about when it comes
Thank
to
you.
all that
Appreciate
kind
it.
of like TOS, like changing and all that jazz.
Yeah. No, go ahead. I'm in.
I don't have a big enough streaming audience to like really pay attention or to like to worry about it, if that makes sense. Not to say that it isn't a bad thing, but it's more of just like, it's another one of those things where it's like, doesn't apply to me, so why am I worried about it? Like, I'm not gonna let it get me down.
No.
Like, there's no point in like really like, you know, like getting like be Debbie Downer. But for people like you and for other like, you know, smaller streamers, that's not very good. So
No,
like I
because
completely
people
understand
will
where
be
you're coming
encouraged
from,
to
but yeah.
leave. Because the thing is, for
Yeah.
people who don't know and need context about what's going on, Twitch has been considering a new type of feature with ads where if you are tabbed out and an ad is playing, the ad will stop running, or the ad will stop, and it will ask you to go back to the tab that you're on so that you can continue to watch the streamer. And if you don't do that, then you're basically just dead. You basically are just leaving a tab that's just a wasted RAM at that point that's being used. Besides, anyways, even if you're tabbed, you don't count as a viewer. So you're losing both ways. You're literally just not there.
Which doesn't make any sense, because if
no.
you have two monitors and whatnot, it doesn't
Yeah, if
work
it
that way.
loses the focus in any way.
Okay, so it's not the main screen, but if it's on your second monitor, because here's the thing, they also track.
Yeah.
One way that they also track viewers is not just necessarily chat, but they also track it
Another Manny, thank you so much for the follow.
if the actual media player, which is your stream,
Yeah.
is visible somewhere on a monitor, right?
Mm-hmm.
so then will it still do what you're talking about, even if the media player is up on a second monitor?
I think it shouldn't, as long as the window is visible on the computer and it's not losing the focus of it. So
Because I think what they are trying to do by implementing that is making sure that the media player itself is actually like up, if that makes sense,
yeah.
and not so much like alt tab, because there's some people who just listen to a stream and that's it. They don't actually watch it.
We
You know what I'm
also
saying?
got
Same
a-
thing for like mobile users.
We also got a
So-
hype train again out of nothing. Like literally just been like 3 minutes since we last had someone like give a sub, and just random hype train now. Are they just giving out hype trains now without like combining? I don't know. They're drunk.
Oh.
Yeah,
I don't
I don't know. Don't worry about the hype train, guys.
Forgive me if I'm stepping on any toes here or anything like that,
No.
but like for example with the World of Warcraft
Yeah.
midnight release and whatnot, they have Twitch drops that are activated. So if you watch like a person that's in the World of Warcraft category and whatnot for 4 hours, you can get an in-game house decor, and if you gift 2 subs to anyone who is an affiliate or partner on Twitch, you can get a in-game pet for World of Warcraft as long as they're in the World of Warcraft category when they are streaming. But yeah,
That's crazy.
so which is gonna be me tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hey!
So can we get one more shout out for Vel? And what time specifically can they catch you for tomorrow?
Tomorrow when I wake up.
Yeah. Okay. Do you know
When I
when
wake
it
up.
exactly is time wise?
Well, here's the thing. I'm gonna be probably streaming for at minimum 12 hours. At minimum. So like basically just follow me on my stream and then you'll see me up, as it were. I will be pretty much like streaming just about at least 12 hours, maybe even 24 hours straight.
Well,
So
hey, if you guys want to go check it out, if you like WoW and you want some drops, go and also just follow this amazing person. I love him to death. You're so amazing.
Stop.
I,
pulling the gun out. I know you're American,
like
but
a-
stop.
There you go. You got a shout out in there too. So Woosta was mentioning about what the Twitch thing. He's like, oh, you have to have the window be your active window. If you ever even think about clicking on another window application, the ad pauses the entire stream.
rested my hand.
Okay, so basically second stream
key.
monitors are dead.
So, yeah, so you have to click the stream wherever on the monitor. You gotta click it.
Let
so
it play
it's
the
up
ad.
front. Let it play the ad, and then you have to unplay. So if you're playing a game and you're watching someone, you've got to alt tab out and let the ad play for 3 minutes, and then because it will pause itself.
Wow.
Yeah. So there goes my viewership.
So
I am
basically,
cooked.
what now happens is that now streamers are going to have to go away from the model of stream for an hour, then 3 ads, and stream for an hour to 3 ads, and then just do what is it, pre-roll ads or something like that when they first open a streamer.
Yeah.
Because if you do a pre-roll ad, if you set it up for pre-roll ads, you just have to watch the one ad, and then you can have the streamer on your second monitor, and then you're fine.
Yeah.
So they're basically what they're doing is they're just switching the meta. That's all they're doing.
So the clip that was played, it was one of your highlights or your clips. You accidentally Alt F4'd in the clip.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me. Okay, tell the story about what happened.
So I was getting my ults prepared and whatnot in World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
And one of my hotkeys to get on my mount is F4. Alt F is F4 on my keyboard.
No.
So what happened is, and in this boss fight, you actually have to get on your mount and fly around through some rings and whatnot to do the boss fight, like do the boss mechanics and whatnot. And the way that I reached for that button, I had accidentally rested my
with your
palm
palm.
on the Alt key ever so slightly when I pressed F4. So I basically mistakenly
You're so
Alt
like me,
F4'd
for real,
myself.
for real.
But no, here's the best part. Okay,
Yeah, okay.
when I was doing when I was first doing that
Yeah.
boss and whatnot, because I was just like farming this raid and whatnot at this point. When my guild was doing progression pools on that fight and whatnot,
Yeah.
I never did that once. So in all of the fights that I ever done of
Yeah.
that, whether I was pugging or even on a harder difficulty, anything, that was the first time I ever did that.
Huh.
So I was literally playing with death, having that be the keybind. I immediately logged on today and changed that keybind.
Yeah, I mean, it's a life learned lesson, especially that it probably gives you PTSD when
Yeah.
you're thinking, oh god,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no.
So whatever you do in World of Warcraft, don't ever let anything
epic
be
fail.
on the F4 key, because you will eventually Alt F4 yourself.
I've like I've fat fingered some keys, and that was actually like really funny. Where it's like sometimes you're combining one with another, or like one problem I have in like Minecraft, if you have like a shit ton of like mods, like some of the keys like kind of like collide with each other. And I've had that multiple times where one of them was prone, but what that prone was also doing was resetting the shaders of my entire shader on top of that. So it would lag out the game every time I try to prone. I'm like, okay, I need to change this. What the fuck is going on? Because I decided to go under. I think Twitch is trying to stop people lurking streams to basically force engagement on people. Real scummy. Okay, so here's the thing I was thinking of doing. I was actually thinking about also streaming on Kick, multi-stream. I'm still gonna be here, duh, because this is my home. I started on Twitch, and I'll probably die on this hill on Twitch. So of course I'm glad that they removed that whole chat thing that because Dan Clancy talked about. You remember Garnt, right? Or Giggle? Anime, the trash taste.
Yep.
So he was talking about how he got a warning for having the chat with YouTube and everything all in one. And then Nutty, who's a well-known person that does a lot of like streaming content for other streamers, like having like overlays and stuff and like
making
chat
assets
stuff.
and all that
Big
jazz.
assets,
Yeah.
you know Nutty. Okay. So that happened to him too. And now Dan, the CEO, of course, Dan Clancy of Twitch, he had I guess, like I said, town hall, I guess it was. And he was like, we're actually making it now so that you don't have to worry about that anymore. But you're still responsible for the moderation of your chat on YouTube. Which, it makes sense. No, I understand that part. It was just how vague they made it, where it was so easy to get a warning, and poor Giga and Nutty get absolutely blasted for it. Like, make no sense. So now you don't have to worry. I can actually bring back the multi-chat and put it on YouTube, because I know some people were watching on YouTube. I saw some people that were in there, like Pink and Quazy. Hello, guys. So yeah, here's the thing. I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to get people to sub. They want people to either get the turbo or get the sub on the streamer so that they can make some money. So they're trying every ability to, because we all know that Twitch has been bleeding money ever since it started, even before Amazon took it over. And they've been on a lifeline, so it feels like they're just being desperate all the time. So I understand the conundrum that they're in and what Amazon is breathing down their necks to make something, or else the whole entire platform just gets absolutely gone. But the thing is that you can still make things work. It's just the people that work with it and don't know what to do with it and wonder why people don't want to be on it, and people that have livelihoods like us and a lot of other people that do this as a job, and it can be very detrimental because, well, yeah, people don't want to sub, they don't have the money. And the only people that can is if they were in the chat and, like, say, for example, like Common here, he likes to try and snipe people with a sub if they don't have one, if he can afford it, of course. And then how would they know? They don't, because they maybe be lurking. They're lurking, right? They're lurkers. They don't chat. And then they get hit with an ad. Guess what happens? Like, even recently, my viewership went from 100 to 20, just gone. And up to 30, 20, it's whatever. I'm back to whatever. I don't give a shit. The thing I give a shit about is having all my viewers have a way to still have the window there. You can have the window, but Twitch, like, don't make them have to alt tab, because we both have multi.
Well, the other problem with that too is that, like, nobody also wants to sub to a person they can't really watch.
Yeah, exactly.
As well, you know what I'm saying? Like, even people who can afford it, like,
how do
you
they
gotta
know? Why would I
allow
wanna spend
people
money?
if they want to have that content. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, like, you can't expect people to sub a person when they first meet, somebody.
Exactly. Like, how would I
that's too
know?
high
Why
of
am
an
I giving
expectation.
someone
Like,
randomly? Why is this person having to give money just to watch my stream for probably like 20 minutes before moving on to someone else? Right?
Like, there's some people who I've been subbed for probably like 3 months and whatnot, but then I discovered where I was just like, I literally can't tune into any of their streams. So why am I subbed to them? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why bother? There's a few
No, that's
that
fine,
like
Mr. Dummy.
that I am subbed to and whatnot that, like, I don't tune into as much as I would like to, but when I can, I do.
Yeah,
of course. And
You've got a
I do
job,
that
you've
on
got a
top
life.
of also paying for Twitch Turbo and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like, I got Twitch Turbo, so then I can browse these other Twitch streamers if I want to support them, in an extra way and whatnot.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I mean, people are watching from the Midnight Bar, by the way, because that is a feature that's in the bar. Anyone who makes a
can we go
instance-
see them so I can beat them up?
Their name is not
I wanna
the
start a
Nani.
bar
They're
fight.
saying I'm watching from the bar too. Hi.
Can we
they're a
can we
new
go
first-time
see
chatter
you? Can we go see? Can we go
We
see you?
just go like this and we just do the. It's just
Yeah.
Virtual insanity
Can we go
things,
see
like
you?
the do. Me when we walk into the bar.
Just pick them and be like, yeah.
Me when I get you,
Send
Manny.
them on the
Me
bar.
when I
Just start a
get you,
bar fight.
Manny. Me when I get you, Manny.
Wait, hold on, wait. You're Canadian. We're not starting a bar fight. We're starting a hockey game.
Yeah. Oh, well, if you do that, we're gonna be in the penalty box for 3 minutes or 5 if it's worse enough.
I know. It's a joke.
By the way,
That is strictly
congratulations.
an American towards a
By the way,
Canadian joke.
congratulations on winning the gold. You guys won for hockey. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Well,
Fuck.
No, I heard apparently this year when it came to hockey in general, like, the scores were ridiculously despairing
It's only
and
2-1.
whatnot. Like, there were some games where it was like, well, no, but I'm saying, maybe it was in like the female, but anyway, but there was like some games where it was like 0-5.
Oh yeah,
or,
that's
like,
what usually happens
0-4.
until you get up to like
Yeah.
Sweden, Finland, and then
Yeah.
Canada, Russia, and United States. Then they start getting kind of like tight with the numbers, right?
Gotcha. Okay.
Not to
Gotcha.
be rude or anything like that. To the other countries. Good on Finland though. I mean, Finland got third. Like, hell yeah, dude. I don't usually get to see Finland actually get one for, like, well, I mean, okay, that sounds wrong. I have a terrible way of saying things, but, like, I'm actually glad to see other countries, like, win one that you don't usually see. And it's usually the usual suspects. Like, it's either U.S., Canada, Canada, U.S., and then Russia, or Canada, Russia,
Well, I
US,
also feel like when it comes, like,
I know it's a winter sport.
I may
and
be
we should be.
I mean,
'cause we-
well, here's the other thing too, where like that. See, that's where I was gonna get at. Like, I may be pulling this like metric out of my ass and whatnot, but when it comes to
yeah.
I feel like when it comes to the winter games, there's very common countries that seem
Common,
to
you
do
say?
good in the winter, like winter games, because they actually have an environment where it is cold enough.
Yeah.
Like, America is like obviously like huge. Same thing for Canada and whatnot. But
Right.
America has so many different environments and whatnot.
Right.
But then you can say, but then if you think about like Mexico and whatnot, yeah, they have like a winter season, but it doesn't like
Have a good night,
snow
dummy.
in a good majority of the country
Everyone
just
to go
because it
sleep,
just
by the way.
doesn't get cold enough.
No, that's fair.
Oh,
no.
good night.
Yeah, good night, dummy.
But,
Have
but
yourself a
like,
good
so
one.
that's why I feel like the summer games is where you really see like 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 a lot of different countries being able to compete and whatnot. So
Pipsy, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Bar Open New Jersey State. No, I get that. Like, I mean, like, my girlfriend JJ who's in the chat right now. She's like, we're gonna kick your ass in the summer. We'll see about that. Can it be good at soccer? We actually been doing really good at soccer in the women's division. I've noticed that.
I mean
a lot more.
football.
Football, yes. FUTBOL with the like. I think that's the actual proper abbreviation. But soccer here in the North America.
you know what's so funny? You know how other countries always make fun of America for calling football soccer?
Well, yeah.
The word soccer came from the EU.
Oh, but it was under a
Yeah,
different type of
it's
sport,
actually-
right?
No, it was
it
it
is?
was football.
Oh.
They started calling it soccer. Okay, so you know like a tenner, a fiver,
Yeah, of course.
all
yeah.
that jazz. Okay,
Quick.
so when they were making the like football like division
Yeah.
and whatnot, they were calling the football association.
Yeah.
So they took the sock of association and
Uh-huh.
put on the end for like tenor. So soccer.
Oh. Yeah, well, you learn
Yeah.
something every day. You were just like a
So
plethora
yeah,
of
it wasn't
information.
us that made the word. It was you
Okay.
fucking Europeans.
Isn't soccer the one where they can't touch the ball with their hands? Yes, that is what it is. It's a white
Yes.
and black octagonal pattern, right? Is octagonal?
Yes.
Is eight?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 8 corners.
Soccer.
Yeah. But in also Europe,
It's the
football,
game where a lot of
FUTBOL.
players fake their injuries. It's that game.
You know that one joke where it's like, okay, there's that one video of like, okay, guys, who's got their snipers in the soccer stadiums, and they just take sounds of the snipers going off, going,
Yeah.
or like, you know what I should have done? No one did that one. Okay, so the sniper thing, I should have got when it was what was his name, Chuck Norris with the sniper rifle. You remember that meme where Chuck Norris would have the sniper
Yeah.
rifle go? I should have done that with that soccer because I didn't see anyone do that and capitalize on that. Damn it! I love that. But I feel that like even with the hockey and stuff like that, again, congratulations. Like I'm a little bit sour I didn't
I'm
win,
not a
but,
sports
like,
person, so like I don't know why you're saying
but, like, it's your
congratulations to me. I'm gonna be honest with
your
you.
country got some gold and stuff like that, and you know, I mean, like
Mm-hmm.
I can be a sore loser. I am a very big sore loser because my family is very competitive, but I can also be very respectful, especially to people that live in the United States and any other country that beats us. I don't know why it's like almost like, okay, time to punch you out and knock you the fuck. Sorry.
No, I'm just stretching out my arms. Forgive me. Sorry.
No, I do respect my friends over in the United States and many other countries as well. You guys are great. It's always good to have healthy competition. Always is. It's fun. That's what it's about. You're in the Olympics. I know it's serious time. I get that because you are depending on the country too. If you don't win, you're probably gonna get shot. No, just kidding. No, but like I mean,
No.
your expectancies of coming
But
home
no.
with something are high. You know, and that type of nerves, and I can only imagine being an athlete in that position, how nervous and how much they probably can't even eat because the anxiety is through the roof. Imagine someone doing like cross country
knows?
or freaking a triathlon or decathlons and be like, holy crap, I've been training for all this, and then all of a sudden choke.
Yeah.
You know, like, and I've seen
Yep,
that many
yep.
times, right?
And
when
then
it
you have
comes
to wait
summer
another
games.
4 years.
Yeah,
then,
and then what am I
in the
going to do
matter-
for
in the
4
matter-
years?
Like here's the thing: you can be in your prime when you go to that first Olympics, and then when you lose, you then go, and then it's 4 years later.
I got to go back to my
and
country,
then
and
you're no
everyone's going
longer
to
in
make
your
fun of
prime.
me.
Yeah.
It's like getting a
Yeah.
dishonorable discharge, but not as severe in the military. Yeah. But we also
And then you have Michael Phelps, who fucking goes home with like 8 fucking medals.
80,000 medals in his swimming. Yeah, no,
Not
that man
8
was
medals
built
across
up.
different Olympics. 8 medals per Olympics.
Yeah,
Like-
and there's also like Usain Bolt too. Usain Bolt, he's
Yeah.
basically Phelps, but on land, of course, because
Yeah.
Phelps, for people who don't know, is one of the most decorated just medalists in Olympic history. I think, isn't he? Something.
Sure, I don't
Yeah,
know.
no, he's gotten so many like medals and stuff through his swimming. Of course, I think he's retired now. I don't think he's doing it anymore.
I haven't seen
him,
any more.
like,
At least
forever.
I haven't seen any more hype around him anymore. So I assume
so
he did. But
he
yeah,
probably did. Well, also you have to wait 8 years technically for summer, because it's summer, winter, summer, winter. So technically you're going 8 years and then 8 years. So the man's probably going to be 60 by the time he gets back. Joke.
Well, no, the Olympics are always 2 years apart from each other. So the winter and the
Oh,
summer is
right.
always
No,
a year
you're
apart.
right. Yeah.
But it's summer is every 4 years. But so so
Right.
they do alternate,
Sorry.
but they alternate every 2 years.
That's
is what
right.
it is.
That's right. That's me
But yeah,
making
but there's a 4 year
It
gap
feels like
between
that
each
to me.
one.
I don't know why. It feels longer when these Olympics happen. It feels more than 2 years. Right.
It's because it goes winter, summer, winter, summer, winter, summer.
Yeah,
That's the reason
yeah,
why.
Yeah. So, just
yeah.
getting it's my brain. It's like when I again I'll bring this joke up because now that you're here, I made the joke of thinking that that there's 4 months in a season. I was half asleep, and and I was half asleep, and I was telling myself, I was like, wait a minute, why am I thinking that when there's only 12 months? If I were 4 months in a season, there's 4 seasons, and 4 is 16. I am stupid.
Forgive them.
Sorry,
They're just a
I'm
Twitch fee
sorry.
YouTuber. Forgive them.
I wanted to- Can I get Elegant in the chat, please, to just end my goddamn misery? Thank you very much. But yeah, no, I mean, like, we're pretty much almost done. You want to stay for 5 more minutes? You think if I got one more 5 more minutes?
I gotta say
Hell
5
yeah,
more
5
minutes. Yeah.
Okay. Because we're having fun with chat.
Why
And,
not?
I appreciate it. And again, I hope it's not too bad. Like, I know you said you were sweating. And okay, I gotta ask, what's the temperature in your room? Is it because your computer?
Probably, but I also have my door closed and whatnot, and the heat's kind of going on in the house because it's cold out. So.
Oh, yeah, it's like me with the heater.
It's-
I have that. It gets boils
I'll
in
be
here, yeah.
fine. I'm no longer on my leather computer chair, so I'm not like slowly welding to the chair anymore.
So okay, so JJ. Okay, that's good then. Thank God, because I'd feel really bad keeping you. Know, I know you have no problem, but it's just the part of my like. No, you're good. So JJ, who's again JJ Dynamite, for people who don't know, that's my girlfriend. She was questioning me and said it was in full confidence, and I had to break down the math for me. I was like, sorry, I had to. Almost made you spit your drink out. You know what? I'm gonna get a drink. I need a drink right now. No, it's not alcohol. I wish it was. I mean, hold on. At this point, I think I just ended my career. I'm so canceled. I'm kidding. Do you spit or swallow?
Hello, 911. There's an autistic stinky on the premises.
You're a dick.
Oh my God. Am I? I mean, I do have a dick. Thank you very much. I mean, you do too, right?
Oh my god. I'm gonna fuck.
Hi, Wiggly. Hey, buddy. Everything is good to go.
Fucking one sprint competition, my fucking ass. You're fucking
Penis.
asking for it.
See, I'm okay with being able to, because it's Val, and we've been friends for a bit now. Like over now, I think it's been like over a year.
Been at least almost a year.
Yeah, almost a year. Your birthday.
We met on my birthday at least,
yeah.
right? My birthday
birthday's
is
in-
next month.
Yeah.
So. Oh, that's one thing.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
go ahead.
one thing that I forgot to mention. So remember, I was constantly saying like everything is tied in together with when it comes to me and all the things that I do.
Yeah.
So I got my first Index headset on my birthday when I ordered it. Like it arrived like on my birthday.
Yeah.
So, and I consider my signing anniversary the day that I got my Index, because that's when I started really learning.
Right. Yeah.
So my birthday and my sign like anniversary, if that makes sense,
Yeah.
is my birthday. So,
Oh, that's
yeah.
convenient. Well, hey, I mean,
very convenient for a person
so-
with ADHD.
so,
yes,
I'm not trying to
yes,
say
very
this
much so.
on stream, but am I invited to your birthday party again?
Of course.
Yay.
If I'm on VR chat.
Yeah, okay, well, yeah, that's fair. Pipsy
I
in the
probably
chat.
will be, but yeah.
Pipsy in the chat was like, "Oh my God, I have Valhalla sounds for my phone notifications, and was wondering why the fuck my phone was been going off." Yes, hi Pipsy. You probably already know. You're probably in the Midnight Bar. It's not just that. That's Valhalla coded. My emotes are also pretty much a majority of the characters from the game that was made by Ivan Even. We can bring up the emotes on here too. I've got a lot of stuff that's very Valhalla coded. So, I mean, if you'd like to, and you like my content enough, unless someone decides to snipe you, then you get all those really cool emotes of different types, like Dana Zane. You've got Foray, Jill's cat with the flash one, which a lot of people do like. They really like the Jill one and the Dorothy one, the wave one. And the Jill one's the one where it's like bop and hearing music and she's got headphones on.
Chat, they
Yeah.
think I know these characters. I
Go
don't.
play the game. Stop playing while play Valhalla. One day, you know what? We need
You're
to.
asking you're asking a person to play a game right before
I
midnight.
need you. Midnight, you say. God damn it! It's like a trigger point for me. Like, I hate it. But yeah, I mean, if you want to support me, it's up to you. Please, if you do sub, please don't use mobile. That's another thing. Don't sub on mobile. It's way more expensive. Do it on a
What?
desktop. Yeah,
How much more expensive is it?
like $2 more, I think, or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If you're gonna say $5, I sat there and went, oh.
No, because
me
on
go change
mobile,
that.
wait, are you? Oh, I was gonna say you don't. You don't sub to me. I'm like-
To one person that
Okay.
I've been subbed with a long time, I didn't
Yeah.
realize that I was mobilely summoned.
Yeah, no.
sub to
go
them, but
and
yeah.
go sub the cancel the subscription. Do it on the desktop, and then you save a lot of money. And hopefully, I get
Yeah,
to
I'll be a
one of your
good girl and
subs.
sub properly.
I mean,
hope
what?
Huh? Are you gonna be a good girl and sub to me? Woo woo. No, I'm kidding. No worries. You always get usually sniped with a sub anyways from my community. You don't even get a chance to really do that, even if you wanted to.
No.
But yeah, Moon, take care. All right, have a good time. And look, actually, you know what? Common, do you think you can do one more for the road? Because we're gonna be heading out. Do you mind giving one to Pipsy? I would appreciate that. If you can, if you can't, whatever, that's fine. Pipsy, if you ever want to check if you do the next time that you come in, unless some big hype train thing happens and people drop like 50 gifted or whatever. Thank you, Common. I appreciate that. Then by all means, it always helps me out. It allows me to get emotes like this. It also allows me to have worlds like this done. Which, by the way, again, this is the new one. You know what? Should we show them a little bit of this? Should we show them up above?
If you want to, sure.
All right.
Hey, that's up to you, not to me.
Here you go.
It's your world, not mine.
There. This is just a taste of what. And yes, these are planets.
Space.
Each one of these, each one of these tables represents a planet in the solar system. And also, these chairs represent moon phases. So there's like half moon, full moon, all that to new moon, all in a No. Just well, I only showed a little bit of this. I wanna actually show. Actually, should I wait? Hold on. You guys are gonna see something cool. If it does, there you go. Look at that. VR chat portal. But you're not. No, it's supposed to be kind of like a wormhole, or like I guess yeah, or Doctor Who, or Stargate is another thing too. Space. When we do get, I can't concentrate when you're being a goober. Okay, get yourself locked in over here. There you go. We will announce when it comes out. You gotta keep an eye on my my Twitter. If you don't go to Twitter, go check my Discord. Do you remember what the name is? You want to say what the name is of my Discord? Discord.gg
Why do you do this to me?
I'm doing playing with you. You don't have to worry about it. Discord.gg
Why do you keep putting me on the spot with remembering
because I love
names?
you. I love you. I know. No. Discord.gg/MIV. A lot of my information and stuff that happens, not the 3 digits on the back of my credit card. Not that type of information. No. No. Basically, anytime I go live, any events that happen, and we've got Wiggly here, who is one of my admins and stuff. He also has some other worlds potentially coming up. We still have that train bar that we want to do as well, whenever that is. But this is the new one coming up soon. Hope you do like it. Also, if you notice something too, there is the compass rose, the west, east, like the directions on. Just before you see the rest of the planetarium, by the way. This is a planetarium bar. Like, you even see the dials of all sorts of stuff. Yeah, like Bella's...
What?
Why? Bella's trying to find inconsistencies of the sweat. I need to bring you in a lot more. I swear to God, this is like, have me over. Like, if you ever do any VR chat stuff, like, let me come by. I love doing. People just think that if they try to ask me, it's like they're bothering me, and I'm like, never. You guys are like, I love doing collabs with people if I'm available. But yeah, come join me. Come. Vel's actually in my Discord too. I mean, you don't really go into my. You got your own thing to deal with, so like. if I ever see you, it's probably like when
There's
the world.
there's sometimes where I kind of like see like the VIP channel and I kind of go, oh, what's going on in there?
Yeah, it's usually
What's going
so
on?
when you're also
What is that all
subscribed,
about?
make sure to when you subscribe, make sure to link your Twitch with your Discord so you get the benefits over there too. Because I do movie nights and game nights for VIP stuff. Wiggly does the non-subscriber stuff, and he does some crazy stuff. So go check that out too. And on top of that, I or my mod team will do VIP questions of the day. So we'll ask a question, or sometimes, very rarely enough, we'll actually throw in a free game code for someone, but they have to get like a first come first serve. And sometimes it might be something like Yakuza. I think we had Yakuza at one point, like a dragon, free. Someone just had to grab it, and that was it. You have it. So keep an eye.
Okay.
All right, so we like to help out, and it was because of Weiss too. Weiss is an amazing guy, and he's also. Can we get a shout out for Weiss too? Sometimes if he does the humble bundles. Yes, that's still a thing. That still exists. And if he has extra codes that he's not using, usually he uses it for a VIP thing, or he will, which is very rare, by the way, like maybe 1 or 2 a year, or for charities. So when we do charities, we will do game codes once we get high enough in the charity events. So yeah, cool. All right. Now that is way past the 5 minutes I said I was going to do, and we're 10 minutes in, and I'm pretty much done in 5 minutes.
Average streamer yapping.
Average. Shut up! You're the same thing. Don't you? Go check out Weiss. Go check out Vel. Go check out Rob. Go check out all their handles. Go ahead and say it one more time where they can get you over on Twitter. What your name is?
So you can get me at Velouria Yoshev on Twitter, which Yoshev is spelled Yoshev. So Velouria, my name, which is down below, and then _Yoshev. You can find me on Twitch at Velouria_VR, and then you can find me at Blue Sky, also at Velouria Yoshev as well.
And I've noticed you get a lot of engagement on Twitter. Like you were able to break the boundary of like the dreaded only getting like 2 likes. Like you get like 2.1K sometimes. Like you'll get like thousands of likes at one point.
It's random and whatnot. Like it's every single time that you post and whatnot. There's some times where I have to admit, like the numbers get to me. You know what I'm saying?
me
It
too.
sucks being as a creator and whatnot. It does get to you every once in a while when
Makes you feel like no one
you
wants to look
expect
at it.
something to do something better than you want it to be. And it's really hard as a creator
Yeah.
posting stuff onto social medias because like it's kind of like a judge, like you kind of use it as like a way to judge how well you're working and whatnot, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And that's really hard to dissociate yourself with that kind of like thing.
There you go,
but yeah.
hun. There you
So-
go. She posted your Twitter right there. Thanks, hun. Can you pin it also up on the there as well? Thank you, honey. I love you so much. Yeah, I'm going to let you open your door and breathe so that you can live again.
Okay.
Okay? All right.
There's something I want. There's something.
Yeah.
Hold on, no. And your stream, man, because there's something I want to tell you.
Okay.
Off stream
Okay,
though.
off stream. Okay, guys, what we're gonna do is I'm going to hit the end stream button, or not end stream button, but we're gonna go and find someone to raid. We did raid Skull's Nightshade. She, by the way, hit her goal. Yay! She got her 2,500. Thank you to Demowick who got her all the way to the end of her last $250. We're happy to actually help out and support her. But yeah, go check out Skulls as well before you.
Val, what's going on? Val.
Oh, that's a no clip thing. That's just a debug thing for now, because the world's not fully. Yeah, if you double tap jump, I think you get that effect. I think. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
was scared.
Yeah, you get no clip in here. All right. I was good. No, you should have seen it, chat. Like, Vel was like behind me, and he was like going through the like literally. We just have the debug mode on for with the world because we're doing testings and making sure everything's good. Shut up, you're such
Yeah,
a
that
kid.
was a little terrifying. I'm not gonna lie. As a person who doesn't do heights too well, yeah, I was scared for a moment.
No, my mom's the same way. She hates heights like the plague. All right, so let me go in, and I'm going to do. There we go. End credits. Hopefully, it's actually gonna work. 1 minute where I find my. There it is. Okay. Your mom too? Yeah, my mom can't take well for heights. Everyone else, again, thank you very much for being here tonight, and Val for just being here part of. What are you doing? What are you doing?
What?
I'm just gonna move the camera over here because you were just inside, just carouseling the entire time. We're just gonna leave. We're just gonna let Vel just spin while we look for someone to rate. Okay, we're gonna put it to 0 because I'm gonna be starting up again. I probably should have not done that, but whatever. Let's see. What should we put the red text for the results, Vel? You get to choose. What do we want to say?
Why?
What
Oh,
should
shit,
we...
I made myself dizzy. Why?
You get to... We're never gonna get through this. What would you like me to put into the red text? Because like in Valhalla, at the end of a day, there's like a little bit of red text that someone randomly says, and then you give them a tip. What would you like to? I'll let you choose.
Heavy as the butt that shits the poop.
Heavy is the butt that shits the poop.
Yes.
Can you make it simplified? We're just gonna.
Gosh.
Learn sign language.
Wow. I don't know.
Learn sign language.
Don't do drugs, kids. I don't fucking know. Like,
You know what? I'm gonna put learn sign language. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. No. Yeah. Do that. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Do that.
Yeah. There you go. Learn sign language. Yeah, learn something. That's a great thing too. Like that was very knowledgeable, and a life lesson is if you need to do something just to keep your mind off it, just learn something new. Just try to find something that's gonna make you do something different. Sometimes it makes you feel good. So.
Or actually another thing, if you want to put also.
Yeah.
In times of destroying, just create.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, I already did the red text anyway, so
That's fine.
we're good. It's fine.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever. All right, who should we raid? That's the $1 million question too. Who should we go to? Let's go on Twitch and look to see who we got. Let's raid Vel.
I'm not
kidding.
streaming.
I know. That's the joke. That's the joke. No, I'm not. No. We're just gonna raid Vel again. Oh my god. Get straight. Yes. I'll do the hydrate. Don't worry. Do you have water with you, Vel?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we're gonna do a cheers just before I end the thing. There's gonna be the credits roll, and then once they actually raid, then we'll go there. Twitch.tv. All right, who are we going to raid? Don't drink yet. No, you can keep it down right now.
I'm getting it ready. I have a
Oh
fucking
my
cap because I don't want to spill
God.
anything on my shit.
Oh my god, you are such a such a man to complain all the time. You're such a bitch. Let's.
Sorry, what?
No, you didn't hear anything from me. Let's go and give it to. Oh, I know who we can give it to. Let's go give it to Umbra Carissa. It's been a bit since we actually rated her, so we're gonna go give it to Umbra Carissa. All right, and make sure that I actually got that right. Karas, yeah, I always mess up her name. There you go. Umbra, yes. What is she playing right now? Yeah, take care, Chris. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. And then, oh, you're taking a drink already? I haven't had my drink yet.
Yes, I'm fucking thirsty.
God damn it. Okay, fine. I know you're hot. I mean, I know you're hot. You're looking at your OC. It's freaking hot. All right, say. All right, okay. Let me go over here. I'm gonna get my drink. And then I'm gonna hit the button. All right, boy, over here, wham. All right, everyone, thank you so much. We're gonna go and raid Umbra Carousel. Thank you, Vel, for being here, being amazing, and everything. Again, please go give some support to Vel, especially for tomorrow for the World of Warcraft expansion. Midnight, right? What was it called? Midnight?
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, literally my name. And of course, to everyone watching, if you're watching the VOD, thank you for watching the VOD. I hope you enjoy the Just Before Midnight episode 5 when it does come out. I will let people know about that. And as always, my name is Midnights in Valhalla. I am the owner of the Midnight Bar and VR Chat. And this place, Galaxy 2, Twitch partner, variety streamer, first generation virtual market ambassador, and also just someone that loves you, loves everyone. to drink responsibly. Have a good weekend. Enjoy Resident Evil 9 Requiem. And also enjoy the 1.0 for the fishing game here in VR chat, because that is going to be a lot of people's time sink. Having to, yeah. And go and support all the mods. Mods, thank you so much for always helping. And yeah, we will see you next time. Shall we do it? Cheers?
Yeah.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
All right, bye, guys. Take care now. Bye-bye. Mhm. Oh. Now they can still hear me. I'm just saying that. I'm just letting it go through its credits. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Oh my god. No, they can't hear you. They can still hear me though. Okay, you're still gonna wait. Yeah. Vel wants to say something afterwards, so I'm just gonna go through. Guys, also over in the Midnight Bar, be good to one another, customers. Be good to your bartenders. Bartenders, be good to your customers, and also to the, of course, bouncers. Try not to have an ego. Have fun, okay? And everyone who's watching the Midnight Bar too, thanks guys for hanging out. You guys are amazing. I'm glad that I didn't get that B-Sod again. That is such a weird issue. That's such a weird issue. I don't know why. But EAC, go fix your shit. That's making my RAM just want to die. And in a time like this when RAM is non-existent, I want to... Oh god, I don't want to rent my PC. I want to subscribe to my PC. What the heck, man? Literally, you own nothing and you're gonna be happy about it. Eh. And yeah, go follow Vel. We got the Twitter still up. Honey, I love you. I'll be in later. I'm gonna actually turn off my computer, and then I'm gonna swap the memory sticks too, just to be on the safe side anyways. Even though, again, I know that it's, apparently not it. But we're going to do it anyways. Whatever. Love you, hun. And I love you guys. Common, thank you for giving the subs too. And Mr. Dummy, thank you for the 12 raiders. And everyone that has come in and followed, thank you very, very much. If you're a lurker, be safe. I love you guys. Okay? And I will also post the leaderboards. Congratulations to Demo with 185 subs, Esther with 135, and Yuki Fang T-Shop with 100. And of course, Common, Ross, Construct Yuki, Clarity, Rob, Jax, and Magmar for the subs below level R, third place. And then thank you, Yuki and Fem, for the 10,000 biddies. Demo with 700. Grump, Jax, Raw Dude, Booper, Wiggly, Spicy, and Solid for the biddies below that. You guys be safe, and yeah, I will see you guys in March. My mother's birth month, which is on, well, her birthday's on the 7th. But yeah, be good to one another. Mwah. We'll get through this stupid RAM thing together. Ugh. Shoot me, please. Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy. Alright, I'm gonna also get Umbra's Twitch up on the side. There she is. There we go. Yeah, get that midnight raid. And can you tell Umbra I'm currently in VR chat and I'm unable to, continue chatting until a little bit. Thank you. Alright, 23, 25 viewers. Yay. Okay. Have a good night, guys. And yeah, see you next time. Let's go give her some love. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Love ya.